Night.
All right. Yeah, you guys are definitely dying. I'm hoping that's how we started off the stream. You're pushing this one to the limit. Welcome to Chaos Chamber, where not even I know what's going to happen. And tonight, once again, as usual, that is true. After 2 weeks of deliberations of what questions you were going to ask, we're still winging it going into this thing. So I can't wait to find out what it's going to be. A lot of discussion outside the game in the last few weeks. Mostly bickering, concern, fear, annoyance than anything else, but all good things. So I love that I got under the skin. But with that said, I'm gonna keep the recap super short tonight because the last session was amazing, fantastic, and consisted all of you interrogated the entity, and it learned more than you did. And with that, let the chaos ensue. So
Yeah,
we pick up.
We fuck.
We pick up with the entity still restrained. You guys mid questioning. I said we would give you 3 more questions to round this thing out, as you are now deep into the night. A little exhausted, little early hangover already setting in, sobering up in some cases. Some still a little drunk. The entity has been playing a little game of 1 for 1 with questions, and it is still ongoing. And we will pick up there with you guys getting the next question.
So, to confirm, out of sorry,
Yeah.
out of character, we confirm that it doesn't know if it can hop into somebody else's body without the scepter, but we did not ask what happens if Amrook dies, if it could leave the body, right? I don't want to waste a question. I don't think we asked that.
I don't believe so. I don't think it was in game. It was asked.
Awesome. Okay, so if no one else is popping in here, I'll hop in character. And all right, so we know you don't know if you can hop in between people, but hypothetically speaking, Amrook dies. Can you go into somebody else's body? What happened? Like, what's the interaction there?
Tis an excellent question. I do not know. Shall we try it? I kid. I
mean,
do not
the
know
rogue's
what would happen to my
considering it,
spirit.
so.
I wish I could answer that question. I suspect some fragment of me would still exist. I have lasted previous to Amrook, and I expect I shall continue beyond Amrook. But for now, we are bonded.
Old assumption.
Well, dude, Ryan, BT Dubs.
Worth trying.
Nice catch, by the way. Yeah, I gotta lie, I'm a little disappointed being around for however long you've been around. You don't seem to have a lot of answers. I'm a little upset. But anyways, you need to ask a question because I asked you a question. Is that how this goes, right? Question for a question?
A question for a question. He's going to look at each of the group members. You guys in various states of annoyance, perturbed, drunk, tired, amused, satisfied. Cowdrum, do you believe the Phandalin Phive would be better off if Adrin were still here instead of you?
That's a fucked question.
Yet.
Probably, yes.
What is this?
How
Sad
interesting.
boy
Yeah.
hour?
No follow-up, that's it.
Well, folks, you guys wanted to do this. Let's keep asking the questions. Who's got the next one? Let's roll.
You didn't have to use all 3. I was just giving you the option to have a couple more.
Oh no, I'm making people on now. Let's do this. You wanted it, you got it.
If someone is willing, can they let you take possession of them?
Ooh.
Fuck. If he says yes, Warwick's twitching. Ooh, fuck you. Here we go.
I do not know, as I do not recall my previous hosts. However, again, I am willing to try if it meant separating this bond.
I'm looking at Clank. We doing this?
I do not believe I have a soul, but I do believe that would be a bad idea.
Yes. Yes.
I like it. I'm in. Well, I don't have any other questions for you, buddy. I don't know if anybody else does, but this has been great.
As he looks around, can't ask Amrook anything. That doesn't work.
I mean, he could. He'd just be having a conversation with himself.
Very true.
Internal
Feel like you
monologue.
know the answer.
I will pose this to the group. If you know this battle could be won and evil could be defeated, which of you would sacrifice yourselves to save Farron?
I would. Without question.
Without hesitation, Clank raises his hand. Me.
I mean,
As expected,
I would.
half the party agreed. Long hesitation there from Warwick.
I would. No, I think I made it. Oh no, you asked me who would I sacrifice besides myself. That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Sorry,
Different question. Much different
Yeah.
question.
Yep.
I would yeah, I would. I would.
Your turn.
Yo,
Oh, absolutely. There's not a lot of stealth here at all. It's pretty present. There's only a few of you, not a lot going on. There's no perception on that. It's low DC. Your passive picks it up.
Well, except for Amrook. Amrook doesn't know shit. Amrook's a meat puppet right now.
That's it.
Reed's barely paying attention at this point.
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
see Reed, he's kind of
Are-
disinterested. He's lost his the fun has worn off after 40 minutes of interrogation after I came out. It's no longer enjoyable.
Who are some of your enemies?
Those that keep me contained. Currently, that list consists of Amrook.
This motherfucker. I'm gonna look at him and I'm gonna press the halberd slightly a little bit closer to Amrook so it'd be like, you fucking lie. I'm not asking a question.
I was gonna say he's
Griswold's
just
just
looking
irritated.
at you, no question there.
Griswold's just irritated.
I'm gonna give you a bonus. If anyone wants to ask anything, otherwise, we'll proceed. Well,
How did you I'm trying to think of how to word this. How did you how did you get into Amrook's body? Like what was the situation to where you entered Amrook's body?
oh,
One thing led to another.
Some
You got 30
penetration.
mouths.
at the moment there was consent.
No, there wasn't.
And as the back half of this interrogation, he kind of looks at you with a grin. Just says, apparently it was just fate that he found me. And I found him.
All right.
I-
I'm done with these questions. I hate when you things give me these bullshit answers. So vague,
Uh,
not straightforward. I
Cut
don't
me
like
off
it.
before it got good. I like it.
I'm upset. I'm half drunk right. Well, I'm not half drunk. I'm sober enough. I'm upset.
Everyone's sobering up at this point. You guys are tired, but not. I would say just buzzed at the most. Most of you guys have for the most part sobered up. You got the hike out there, even though you brought a little bit of alcohol. You've been at this for a while.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Understand this. I have no more questions, but understand this. We can't confirm if you're evil or not, even though my senses believe that you are. We will take this truce, if that's what we call it, to do the things that we need. In the sense that you leave Amrook alone and help us kill Emrith. But understand this. My oath is to kill these things, anything that's evil. And if you become a bigger threat than someone, I will hunt you down. And it'll be my blade that kills you. Understand that. I have no proof of if you're evil or not. But my truce goes as far as that. We'll take you to what you need. You help us take out Imrith. But if you are evil, I will kill you. Hold on, now my wife's...
I didn't know Griswold had a wife.
I think Lynn thought he was calling her evil.
She knows she's evil. I gotta go
He's
upstairs.
gonna-
My daughter's having a conniption. I gotta run upstairs here in a sec, but I'll wait for this answer.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's gonna lift his neck up and expose it to you. If you believe this relationship not to be beneficial, you may end it now.
That motherfucker. He's evil. I'm telling you, he's evil.
He's calling your bluff, bitch.
No, I said if we find out he's evil. I have no bluff until I find out he's evil.
Oh, he's 100% evil.
Oh, I know.
There ain't no doubt about it.
He's
So
evil.
many assumptions.
He's evil.
Absolutely.
All right, I gotta run upstairs real quick. I'll be back.
Okay. With that, he is going to. I believe now would be a good time to reintroduce your friend Amrook.
Hold on. One more go. One more game. Anybody
Always
currently
liked you,
looking
Reed.
for you? Or that knows where you're located?
I do believe there is one looking for me. But I do not believe they know where I am located at the moment. But that is purely a guess.
So I guess that makes us both safe.
I believe so. For now. But what do I know? I just know what Amrook tells me.
Not much.
Just the nickname of the scepter, not the actual scepter.
This guy's upsetting me. I'm done.
And with that, you're gonna see him momentarily. His eyes close, his body gets limp, and as the eyes slowly open again, you see the red mostly gone, maybe a minor tint of it remaining, and those of the familiar Amrook looking back at you, still a little hungover, or a little buzzed.
How you doing, buddy?
Talk about a headache.
I'm gonna rub some of the poison off of his armor that I put on there,
Okay.
and I'm gonna put a little cross on his forehead, and then
With the poison.
Oh yeah,
All right.
Ross?
yeah. I don't know, or a smudge, like
just a
Lion
little.
King style.
Yeah,
Like Lion King, yeah.
somewhat.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Gotcha.
I imagine the poison has to enter in a wound or something.
It burns a little bit. I mean, it's certainly not pleasant on the surface. Doesn't do any damage, but it's uncomfortable, kind of like a rash up there.
All right, and since Grizz isn't here to defend himself, I would like to do the same to Grizz.
Yeah, you see the meat puppet that is Grizz just kind of hanging there, limp, there in the distance, like his soul is gone at the moment. And so he lets you. Frank's not happy about it though.
I'd like to give Frank some too. No.
What do you guys want to do?
Well,
I'm gonna start
was,
undoing the bindings.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Melissa.
Well, I had
That
to
was
put the poison on
productive.
when you were still
I
restrained.
noticed. I'm good with it. A little payback for calling out, getting everybody cheers. Somebody take this off my neck. Poor Rod, I assume.
Griswold's going to hesitate, think about it a little bit before going down and taking it off. He gives you a little extra check as he's doing so. You see him creeping a little too close, looking at the eyes.
All right, should we go get some sleep then? I think we got everything answered, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Pembroke, how much of that did you know or hear?
Dead on Griswold. I thought Evan came back. I had to look over. You know, it was kind of weird. Usually there's like a separation between the two of us, but for some reason I could hear and see everything. I appreciate you not going into full-fledged fight mode there, Grizz. Could have gone bad.
It could have gone. Wait, hold on. It could have gone bad if we would have went fight mode.
Well, he
Yeah,
was
I
somewhat
was.
aware.
Yeah, I could hear and see everything. Riz had just asked me, and then I was going picking a.
That thing pisses me off, but it seems that we have some type of an agreement for now.
Little acknowledgement. Nice to know that you have no problem killing me. Comes down to it.
Eh, It wasn't you, technically. But
Nonetheless,
if need be, I expect you to do the same to me.
I'm already walking back towards Silvery Moon. I'm not waiting for anybody.
Do we see him walking away? I imagine.
Yeah, he just turns around and walks. You guys, he's not stealthy about it.
Nope. I'm just shaking my head.
Warwick. Reed's gonna yell to Warwick. Warwick, get us another round while you're already heading there.
I'm just gonna keep walking.
I don't even get a finger or a head shake.
Nope.
Damn.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't even hear it and just keep walking.
Sourpuss, huh?
Not happy about the way things went down.
We have an early morning. We should all get back and try to get some rest. I imagine it's going to be difficult, but we need to meet Hecaton, and we need to be ready for things to open tomorrow. So we should get back. Is Keldrum's father awake at this point?
he woke back up in the middle of that thing. Was back at it. He seems to have rallied. Yeah, he's awake.
Is he? If he would need, I'd try to toss him over my shoulder and carry him back. But if he's fine and like healed himself, I'll leave him be. And
Yeah, he seems to have given himself a little bit of healing there. He's in pretty good shape actually. He's back to his stoic self a little bit, and he's in pondering mode now.
I'll look at him and say, "You you missed quite a bit. I hopefully that was worth it for you. But You missed quite a bit. And I'll look back at the group. Again, we need to head back and get some sleep. Tomorrow's going to be interesting.
It's gonna be a long day, folks.
Tomorrow's going to be a long day. Yeah, Frank and I will start heading back as well.
Okay.
I look. Stars out.
Yeah, let's. You know what? It's well past midnight, so new day. Let's find out what the weather's like tonight.
Oh, fuck me. Light
All right,
mist.
so there's some storm clouds out, light mist, so you don't really see any stars right now. Little damp. Occasionally, the moon creeps through.
Curious about. This
Good
is
question,
like
yeah.
10 minutes away from
Be right back.
town, right?
Yeah, it was about that 10-15 minute walk, depending on the speed. It's a little nippy. I mean, it's the middle of the night here. You get a 15-mile-per-hour breeze, and you're a little bit wet. So it's like that cold, damp wet. Actually, it's very similar to conditions outside right now here.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone head back to town. Any reason?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go right back up and pretty much get back.
Reed, was your lady
Reed-
friend sleeping, or was she still with you
Yeah,
guys?
she's sleeping. Reed's gonna leave the room number on a piece of paper just in case she decides to stumble back.
Okay.
Take a mule back to town. Head left, head right, and in 20
She
paces,
knows
you
where
should be
the
at
bar
tavern.
is. She ran with us.
That's a good point. Good point.
It's not like
Question is-
somebody you suggested.
Is she sober enough to remember the way back to the bar?
Good point.
She's gonna
Yeah.
stumble
No,
out
she's in a
momentarily,
nice
then get
dream house.
lost in the trees. All right, you guys make your way back to town. You find that the tavern has drastically slowed down. However, as you guys enter the place, turns pretty lively again. There's only a handful of patrons there, maybe about 8 to 10 at this point in the night. I mean, it's about 3 to 4 in the morning, somewhere in that realm. You guys have been out pretty freaking late. And I will say that Caldrum's dad broke off, bid you guys adieu, couldn't hang like he used to, and he had work to do, studies in the morning, many questions that have come up. So he headed back to his place as you guys separated. And as you walk in, the handful of patrons are excited and wanted to order you another round of beers at the bar.
I would surpass any offers and thank you, but it's late, and Frank and I'll head back upstairs.
Okay.
Yeah,
What time are we
I think
talking?
It's 3 or 4. You said, I think.
Yeah, it's like between 3 and 4 a.m. And
I
and for
mean,
the
we're
sake
already
of-
here. We're gonna be tired tomorrow anyway, Hamrook.
Oh my God, we're fucked.
How drunk am
And for the sake of it, it was about 9 a.m. that we were the portal opens every day.
Oh, we're all fucked.
What time does the library?
We all fucked.
Town like this, library's pretty important. It's probably about 5 o'clock that it opens up.
We could just go there hammered.
Reed's a bad influence here. Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna drink with Reed.
All right. Anyone else staying down for a drink?
Nah, I'm gonna go call it a night.
All right.
Okay. I'm going to meditate.
All right. And Grizz, you were heading to bed,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
and we'll come back in retro Warwick. Clank.
Is there a place somewhere where Clank can like post sentry and like make it so nobody can go to their rooms?
Yeah, I mean the stairs going up there are fairly narrow. It was right next to the bar or the band. So yeah, they'd be able to kind of block that stairway pretty easily.
Yeah, Clank just goes into rest mode right at the top of the stairs, so if anybody passes him that's not the group, he can just wake up and stop them.
All right, but you are letting the group pass.
Yes.
Gotcha.
I was going to be very mad if I couldn't pass.
I was hoping it was the exact opposite.
I thought
Everybody
so
but the
too.
group could go.
All right. Amber can read. You got some followers here. Now the group is pretty much split at this point of the night between the town drunks that are still there and on their last leg and have just kind of been hanging out, the same ones you've seen there earlier. So at this point, they're in a little bit of this bragging mode. They're trying to show you how amazing they are. You know, they basically want to say that they can hang. Maybe they're hoping that in this drunken state they'll be recruited by the Phandalin Five. They want to tell tales that they've done some cool stuff too. Nothing impressive whatsoever, but you know how tales tend to get woven. And the other half are a few other younger kids that are still hanging out late at night, and they're kind of we're hoping you guys were coming back, or thinking you guys were sleeping and waiting to catch a glimpse of the Phandalin Five. So they're a bit of your cheering section at this point. So they are ready to do shots with you. They're loaded up. They're bringing some more fire whiskey over and hoping to just hang with the Phandalin Five. They're basically just trying to be in your presence.
I'm gonna put my hand down on the table, say, "Go for it, Reed." Spread my fingers out so he dagger, stabby, stabby. And
5-finger fillet.
yeah, 5-finger fillet. I'm gonna say, "Go for it, Reed."
Oh my god.
Oh, you want to
Reed, go
slide
for
hand or dex check? Which one?
Oh,
I'll let you choose.
it's
Is this
gonna be
for the
my
poison
left hand
dagger?
preference.
What's that?
Might be the poison dagger.
That's yeah.
Oh. I accidentally did it at advantage, but
Still with I'll take the 19.
How about this?
I know you 23 to apply.
What
You're
was the weather? Dark storm clouds, light mist. Is any of the poison still on his armor?
It's still there, but it's kind of dripping down now. You see a little bit of the etch into his armor, just a mild trace of it.
Okay. I'm gonna clean it up with. Is there like a bar towel close by or?
Yeah, there's several around that you could grab pretty quickly.
I'm gonna grab the bar towel, wipe his armor, and then grab just my regular dagger and slide the blade through the poison, and then play 5-finger fillet.
All right, and
I
everyone
forgot
starts
none of you
cheering you
saw
on a
my
little
roll.
bit. Oh yeah. So everyone starts cheering you on a little bit, getting excited. They kind of crowd around. They're egging you on to go faster. And Reed kind of gets in the zone even after the drinks, and you're just ripping it along. Right in between. In fact, at one point you go over and take a quick shot while you're doing it. Everyone holds their breath for a split second, but Reed is precise with the dagger, even in his buzzed and drunken state. And you continue until a round of cheers erupts and just. You have to soak it in.
That 20?
23.
Yeah.
Oh.
If it was a nat 20, it would have been a 33.
Holy crap.
Shit.
After a round or two, we'll leave Warwick a message. Library. That I need him to look up a book. Come wake me.
So Warwick, retroactive here, real quick. Everyone, but so Reed and Amrook went back to the bar, and they've been drinking. Everyone else went to bed. What are you doing? It's like 3 or 4 in the morning. You know, the portal opens at like 9 a.m. He's open at 9 a.m. for that brief moment.
Oh, I'm in bed.
Okay,
Trying to get
you're
my
heading to
long
bed.
rest in, and if I have time to go to the library, go. But sounds like we might not have some time.
So the library opens at 5, and even at 3, any other than the elves and Clank, you're not going to get the full long rest in. You guys will get some exhaustion, or some points. It'll be considered a short rest, but if you guys intend to hit the portal and teleport, and no one really discussed what the plan was, you just kind of all went to bed. So I'll let you do a little retroactive now if you guys want. But do you intend to get the full long rest, or do you intend to wake up in time to catch the opening of the portal?
I thought when whenever we you rolled about the weather, I thought you said it was right after midnight, or did I misinterpret that?
No, it was about 3 or 4 a.m. It
Oh,
was
okay, okay.
well into the night.
And the you said the okay, so library opens at 5. Okay. Then in
Yep.
that case, shit. Okay, so not doing a long rest. We know it opens it. Okay. So I'm gonna sleep for whatever pretty much.
I
Yeah.
I think we would have, knowing that, if you mentioned retroactively, I would Griswold would have said, the portal opens early. We'll get everyone up and be ready to go. Well, hopefully be ready to go. Worst case scenario, we show up at the Maelstrom and have to sleep there, but we need to get back to figure some things out. So I think it's best that we keep our commitment and get to the Maelstrom.
Yeah. My plan will be sleep for 2 hours, go to the library. Assuming Amrook's asleep, which he's probably still gonna be drinking by the time I get up at 5.
Probably.
I'm gonna head to the library, do whatever research I need to do on 2 things. A, Blackbane. Anything and everything about a scepter nicknamed Blackbane. And I'll wake Emrook up and take him to the library if he's sleeping. If not, him and I can go together. And I'm going to do that until about 8 o'clock. And then come 8 o'clock, I'm going to um, go back to where everyone's sleeping, wake everybody up, get everybody ready so we can meet the portal by 9.
Same.
Okay. Reed and Amrook, were you getting any sleep? Or were you
Um,
guys just winding out through the morning?
Yeah, we'll get some sleep. Well, I don't. I shouldn't speak for Amro. Reed will get some sleep.
Doom back a few 4 o'clock, so I'm tops.
All right.
Attempt for
Enough that you will both get a short rest.
Yeah, I'll sleep until essentially 9, or whenever Grizz comes to get us 8:30 ish. I imagine.
Okay.
He always seems punctual, and we have to
Yeah.
walk to the portal, so
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like time gated, like safes or what.
fuck. We could
Yeah. With Keldrum we can.
Oh, I'm
Hopefully.
thinking.
Well, I
I'm
mean,
thinking
if-
of the wrong portals. I forgot Maelstrom, not the other portal.
well, I mean, Keldrum. I guess we would have asked, Keldrum, do you still have the capability to cast that spell to get us to the
the conchs
teleportation
still
circle?
work. We have
Oh, we,
Yeah.
we have the conchs. I'm sorry, we have the conchs. I forgot. Thank you, Amrook.
They still work.
I give you
I don't think you've
inspiration,
used
but I
them yet in the wards of Silvery Moon.
Oh
Yeah.
true.
Fuck.
Yeah, we had
I
to-
have to
yeah.
Fair
You're
enough.
Yeah.
fucking right.
So you will, yeah. You probably wouldn't want to take a chance knowing that and not having tested it. So you'll probably end up wanting to leave the city. So and again, we just said 10-15 minutes to get outside of it from where you're at. It's not a big deal. And meanwhile, Warwick, give me an investigation check with disadvantage since you only have a few hours to work.
I would have asked Warwick to look for me. If I can go with him,
You
I'll
did
do
mention that.
If not, I would ask the equivalence of how to fight dragons for type deal. If you can pull up some sort of strategy fighting dragons books. You're muted.
Investigation at disadvantage still is a 19.
Damn, dude.
Very nice. You were asking about both Blackbane as well as what?
Whatever Amrook was going to ask me to look up.
Oh, okay.
Just those 2 things.
Got it. So from the 19, even in your short period of time, in regards to Amrook, you do find a How to Fight Dragons for Dummies equivalency. Basically, it is set as a children's book, and all in rhyme, but does give some very good information about the various dragons, which to befriend, which to run, how to fight them, and that's the easy one. And then you do find another one that is kind of a beginning the adventurer's guide to beginning quests, and it has a couple good chapters in there about finding your first dragon, fighting them. Most of it leads into fighting a small one. If you find yourself avoid an ancient, head towards like a wormling or an adult. The older ones are crafty, and then you find a third one that is kind of a deeper adventurer's guide. Basics about fighting dragons, and it's much more detailed about each individual dragon type. A bit of a study on some of their weaknesses, some of their strengths, some of their intentions, as well as some notable ones across the land. So you find all three of those.
What languages?
I would say in this case, because Silver Moon's such a important area for research, that you actually can find each of these books in various languages. They're basically copied over from one to the other, so you're able to find each of them in common, or Dwarven, whatever you prefer to read in.
One other thing, so I rolled a
go ahead.
19, and I don't know if we would know this or not, but one of the concerns that Warwick has had is if we face Imarith, would she or would her children show up, or would she have her children show up? Would I find anything in those books about dragons and their offspring and understand territories, right? Because her children are grown at this point. What is it likely that she would bring her kids back into her territory to help her, or is that kind of frowned upon since they're grown and out of the nest, so to speak?
So with the 19, I'll give you that as you're reading through these, you do find some mention of that. Typically, once they grow beyond their wormling form and get closer to adults, they are very quickly kicked out. It's highly dependent on dragon type across the board, but they do become a threat, and it is very common for the children to basically kill and take over that of their parents, if not done so. There's numerous discussions about it in history, and so dragons have become very territorial even with their own children, and are booted. However, there have been some that have been known to maintain joint territories neighboring, so that they could call it somewhat collaborate while still keeping their distances. And so while not necessarily invited back to the territory, it's not unheard of to have them nearby and to have that kind of lineage covering more local territory, with no to limited overlap. And based on that, on what you read and what you've heard about the twins being still located up near Anarok, it would not surprise you to learn that might be the case, that they are still close, but perhaps weary of each other.
Sounding like there's going to be an alliance made. I like it. Here we go again. I'm just kidding. Cool. Okay, so yeah, and after finding out all that information, I'll make sure I get back to wherever we stayed in time, wake everybody up, and get us out of Silver Moon so we can do our thing and teleport.
Okay. I will also say that in addition to your 19, one other thing that I did not cover, you did find a reference to Blackbane. There's a single reference, small paragraph. It was in a book dedicated to historical magical items that have been cataloged over the time. Most of it seems to have come from references, discussions, notes, old scripts that were interpreted and kind of translated. So none of this is verifiable. There's kind of a whole preamble in the book saying that this is purely secondhand research. None of it has ever been seen, but in conversations with cloud giants, with other ancient creatures, that they've found numerous references to it. And one of the paragraphs has a note of Blackbane as some type of legendary weapon of great power. They say that it does have potential sentience, as there seems to be some weird effects for those that may or may not have handled it. And it goes on to list numerous potential properties, some significant, some insignificant, but it seems that it has several different capabilities potentially attributed to it, but none that were confirmed. And that it basically is referred to as an ancient legendary weapon that has not been seen since so assumed to be lost in a time, lost in planes, or not really existing, or perhaps destroyed for reference. So very little, but you did gain that.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Okay. You guys gather back, and it's a little bit of a rough wake up as everyone been a little bit off. And for the record, you will all now carry a level of exhaustion, except for Althea and Clank. The rest of you can short rest. And I'll pull you.
Well,
And
I still got 4 hours.
yeah, you got your 4 hours too. Sorry, I did not include you there. I'm so used to Adrenaline. I think still needs the full 8, even after all this time.
Great.
What? Oh, sorry, wrong one.
Damn.
Looking at most.
No. Looking at my
What is that one?
sunken eyes and
Oh yeah, you got a little. You had Miriam and Nim on there. You had a little bit of Imrith in her storm giant form, and a little bit of Hecaton on there. Is that the official? Yeah, so there's your official
I like
front
that
screen to the book with a little bit of Vosa on the back, or Imrith on the back. Sorry, I was trying to put you guys on your start screen so you can short and long rest, but I forgot you can do it from your character screens now, can't you? You don't need to click on your icon anymore. Ooh, that hasn't been updated in a while. Put you back to the map. Okay. You guys grab any breakfast or anything before you go?
Oh yeah.
As we gather to, nobody has any. Tell the group. I just would like to apologize for my behavior. Think I got a little carried away when Warwick said we could potentially solve a problem, but that's on me. I noticed a little tension this morning as I look at Warwick frustration. I'm going to make a proposition, and we don't have to decide anything right now. But to avoid this in the future, what if we started some sort of voting process? What if anytime anyone presents an idea or multiple ideas, then we vote together, whether you agree with it or not. Whatever the majority is, that's what we go with. Again,
So as you
just think
propose
about
this,
it.
there's a drunk guy still hanging out at the bar, passed out, kind of pops up.
Sorry, this was like I assume we were walking out.
Oh, you guys were walking? Okay, never mind. Well, way to
This
kill
would be-
that.
Sorry, right as we were.
He was going to say,
before-
I propose some rules of order, and the bartender was going to say, shut up, Robert.
Shut up, Robert. Fucking Robert's rules of order.
Anyways.
I didn't mean to kill the joke. That would have been awesome.
No, you were right. You were walking. It's all good.
Again, we don't have to decide anything now. I'm just proposing, if there's a situation which we find ourselves in that we have 3 choices to make, we take a vote. If 2 of them tie, then we revote on those 2. Or if it's a yes or no, it makes it even easier. Think about it, and maybe we should discuss after we get some sleep.
I'm interested. Yeah. Just all depends on, if we trust everybody in the party enough to hold up to what they agree on, right?
Do we have enough time for if we have enough time, Griswold would like to kind of chat about or mention a couple of things if
Yeah, you guys at first you have like 15-minute walk, and you guys left at like 8:30, so you gave yourself plenty of time that you guys have conversation time.
As Warwick's kind of saying about trust, Griswold's gonna look at Emrook and kind of nod and appreciation. it seems as if we've learned a lot about each other in the last evening, in quite a while for a couple of reasons, but it seems that we also question each other. We all have nuances that cause irritation with one or multiple of the other party members, but I think we're all here to do the same thing. We all have agreed at some point that we're going to try to banish what evil is ever causing chaos in Farron. I'm vowing to all of you that whatever we're doing moving forward is focused on banishing that evil. And whatever actions that I pose are going to be to better this group so that we can banish whatever evil that is. Right now, it seems like it's Imrith. So anything up until and after we defeat Imrith, there's going to be to better this group. And if I have any questions on if my decision will better this group or hinder the group, I will bring it to everyone's attention. That way everyone knows what I'm thinking and what's going on. I'm committing that, and that way we don't have questions. There's been questions of everyone, myself included. I'm committing that to this group. I mean, I'm vowing that. Because what we're going to move into next, some people are probably going to die. And as I look around at everyone as we're walking, I must also mention that even if that means that you have to leave me behind or we have to leave one of you behind for the better of Farron, I will do that. My goal is to keep everyone here protected, and I will do that as much as I can. But just so everyone understands where I'm at, that is what I can vow to this group. And if you need to leave me behind and sacrifice my life to save the world, then so be it. I hope you would do that. And I hope you all can vow the same, because we need to be able to trust each other. Because what we're going to be up against next is not a ghoul or skeletons or something meager. It's going to be life-threatening, and I need to know. You all know that I'll have your back, regardless. And I think we all need to know the same, that we'll have each other's backs. I vow that to you now. And I hope you all can do the same. Because if we can't do that, then really what are we doing here?
Never needed it before. You're good with me.
I'll give that look. I'll look at Reed and give him a little scoff. Okay. Yeah, I agree with you, Chris. I'm in. I ain't got a nod. For the better of Farron, right? I'm gonna stay right at Reed.
Oh, I think you misinterpreted what I said.
I did. I was
I did-
assuming you said yes.
I agreed with him. What I'm saying is I never needed that to be said before.
Okay. I misinterpreted that. Well, I'm still gonna scoff at Reed.
I'll nod. And Reed, I hope you would see, because of the night before when you said you'd sell, you're open to the biggest bidder.
I said
hope
all of us were.
well,
Wait, is that in character?
no, well, I'm not saying this, but I'm
Oh,
saying
okay.
that I hope you would see Griswold, especially looking at you when you said that, because usually you mess with him about stuff. I hope he would look at you in somewhat of sincerity, just a glance, an acknowledgement of respect, and he intends for you to.
I just give you a head nod, assuming you're just like
Just a quick.
You gave me the sidewalk head shake, right?
Yep,
You just,
pretty much.
like
That's it.
I give it back.
I won't wait for everyone to say it, but or agree to it. But it's I kind of look at everyone as we're walking and see their quick, if they nod or accept it or not. But That's what
Sill's
I
gonna
value.
say, "Don't worry, Grizz. I'll leave you behind if needed." I agree.
Understood. I expected, Siddle. I expected.
That fucking book gets found, huh?
That's it.
That book does. We're not leaving that behind.
Okay. Continue getting there. You make it to the tree. Reed, your friend is gone. She seems to have taken off for the night. Crumpled up the paper and then threw it in the corner, not happy that you ditched her. And she woke up alone, so she seems to have a little bit of a grudge there.
Understandable.
And yeah, you guys find the tree undisturbed and have a few minutes to wait before you arrive at the teleportation circle. It's about
upset.
5 minutes to 9.
If she's upset about me leaving for an exorcism, she's clearly not for Reed.
Yeah, that's she was not the right girl. Reed's gonna find the right girl someday.
That's like bog standard activities for the Phandalin 5.
She does not sign it up for that. She didn't know what she needed.
And Garrett, I apologize. Can you with 1 level of exhaustion, that's disadvantage on all saving throws, right?
Ability checks in general.
Or is
Yeah,
it
all
ability
ability checks.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Just wanted to make sure.
Yep. Okay. And with that, 9 o'clock hits. You guys are good to teleport to the Maelstrom. You have that momentary window that you know it's open.
Oh, I did. I reached out to, I believe, Vosa and asked her if she would grab, if she would get Harshnag and Gut, whatever.
Yep.
At that time.
Yes.
Almost.
She was going to also take care of it. That and meet you there. Where do you... Oh, wait. What's the cemetery? Yeah, Vosa will be there. You told Vosa that. Yep, okay, cool. They're going to meet you there.
Nice.
Just want to double check. Okay. You guys arrive back at the Maelstrom for... pull you over here momentarily, but as you arrive, you pop in a teleportation circle. At the one moment, there are the two appear to be arcane storm giants that are overseeing it. They're stationed on both sides of it. You also see numerous guards stationed there as well for anything that may or may not appear. It seems like they take this momentary opening of the portal extremely seriously. Previously times you'd shown up in this room and there was only 1 or 2 people, if anything, mostly empty, very trusting. Now it is locked down, and they are on alert. However, as they realize that it's you, they stand down and back off. In fact, you get these solemn nods, almost a bit of a salute of sorts, as you guys arrive, and they step out of your way, and momentarily and instantaneously right behind you, a Vosa appears as well, and on the ground, taking up a good deal of space, is curled up Hecaton. Seems to be sleeping it off. You can just smell the alcohol on him as he arrives. It basically smells like the bar came to you, and he seems to be sleeping away. I found your, shall we say, your friend. He is in a bit of rough shape, and he's curled up with a great axe, kind of holding it like a little teddy bear.
That's fantastic. I'm just gonna let him sleep. Yeah, he had a little bit of fun. I don't know what exactly he was getting into. Hey, did you bring his friend? He mentioned something about a friend. Gert. Gunt. I don't know.
And at that note, as you say that, he's gonna pop up. He kind of sits upwards. He takes his great axe, throws it in the air as he's sitting there. It says, "Gert, my mighty great axe. Many of blood has been spilt." And he's gonna go ahead and just gonna lay back down.
Reed shakes his head.
I was like, that sounds about right. That sounds about right.
Checks out.
Yeah, we should have seen this coming.
Yeah.
It's great. It's great to see you, Harshnag.
Shame on us.
Yeah.
Shame on
He's
us.
gonna He kind of opens his eyes, pops up. Griswold! A pleasure! All of you, Reed and Rook. Gentlemen, ladies. Weird metal thingy that is clearly part of this group now. It's good to see you, and he's going to use his great axe as kind of a cane to help him stand his way up. We are back. God damn it, I hate this place.
So Vosa, been gone a few days. Any new news? Any bad? Any good? What happened? What's happened since we've been gone?
As she stoically looks down at you. It has been an interesting few days. Mirren's execution has been scheduled for next week,
Holy fuck.
as well as news coming out of the various camps. The Hill Giants have become fairly subservient, as expected. The Frost Giants have gone quiet on us, as also semi-expected, considering the number of them, the traitors that have been slaughtered. The Stone Giants have, shall we say, pushed back somewhat, and would like to renegotiate the ordning at this particular point. However, they have ruled out violence for the time being. Unfortunately, the Fire Giants have not. Duke Zolto has indicated that the recent events have basically given way to the fact that the Storm Giants are no longer as strong as needed and no longer lead the giant clans accordingly. And they are claiming sovereignty of the Ordning as the new leaders. Equally so with the Cloud Giants. Both have refused any form of diplomatic solutions for the time being, and seem to be waiting us out to measure our strength. Hecaton, as you can assume, King, is quite furious about this. He is beside himself. It has taken everything I have to convince him not to go to war with each of those clans in the short term, as it would lead to significant strife. I imagine that whoever comes out victorious or is weakened from this fact will affect the ordering. And so we are a bit of an impasse at the moment, not to mention that news is not good out of Anarok. There is significant damage being reported. An increase in strength, shall we say? And I think we all each know why that is, but it seems that our friend to the east is causing trouble. A score is basically barricaded at the moment. They have taken refuge within the city, and Citadel Adbar and Dead Snows are believed to be threatened also. I do not know what this means, but apparently our friend is testing out her newfound weaponry and skills. So yes, it's been a very active few days.
So, about the giant clans, right? If we, this whole Von and Dodd ordning thing is growing ever more frustrating. If we were to march on the Fire Giants, kind of like we talked about, I don't know, however long ago, do you think the Cloud Giants would show up to defend them? Or do you think the Cloud Giants may show up and try to take both of us out? Do you think it would cause an all-out war? Or do you think if we went to the Fire Giants and, tried to back them down, it would just be the Fire Giants? Because now you have me thinking that, if somehow the Cloud Giants find out that we were at the Fire Giants, battling and everything else, that would be a good opportunity for them to show up and try and take both of us out.
I do agree. It is certainly of concern. It is highly likely that it would... Let me rephrase. It seems that we are in a bit of a standoff with the three clans. I suppose, should two of us go to war, such as ourselves with the fire giants, both would be drastically weakened, and the third party would step in to keep the tides and or fill in the power void. And so that is my current fear. I do worry about risking our strength any further, and it is not yet well known that we are without our strongest weapon of the throne. Nor is it well known about the daughters basically committing treason. We are trying to keep both of those things under complete wraps, as it would weaken our claim to the top of the ordning. Should it be you that enters? I do not believe the Cloud would take opportunity, other than perhaps to side with you and weaken the fire giants in an attempt to overthrow the ordning. But again, that would be potentially detrimental. So I do not know what those next steps will be. You asked only for a recap, and that is all I can provide.
One last question for you. Maybe this is more of a Hecaton thing too. With this standoff happening, do you think this is this is an opportune time for us to get the leaders together, the three final leaders together? And I know it's probably going to be a little bit gruff. I don't know. There's probably going to be some yelling. Who knows? But if we got all of them together and came up with an agreement of, listen, we can sort out the ordning later on, but if we don't take down Imarith, there's going to be no ordning left. Obviously, we have to word it in the right way because we don't want them to know that, Hecaton doesn't have his throne. But do you think there's a way we could, get them on a neutral ground, have a conversation, make an agreement until Imarith is dead? Once she's dead, we have a conversation about the ordning, and maybe that's, the strongest of us against their strongest, and whoever wins is king, whatever.
I respect your attempts at a diplomatic solution, and I do not dismiss them. It very well may be possible. All of our efforts have hit a dead end, and unlike some of the others in which you've dealt with, I must warn you, our fire brethren are, for lack of, no pun intended, but a bit hot-headed. Their militaristic views do put strength over diplomatic means. I do not know how far the attempt would get, but you could certainly try.
You sound like somebody I know. You should try. I'll turn to the party. That's all I got, folks. I mean, we got some serious decisions to make. Caldrum, maybe we could talk to Mistra, or you could talk to Mistra, get some answers, get something. I don't know, but we got to make some decisions.
What if we started I heard this term back in my youth in Tristram.
Here we go.
But what if we started yes, Griswold has a plan, as I look at everyone. What if we started a whisper campaign and we pinned the cloud giants against the fire giants? I mean, you magical folk have interesting ways of sending messages. Is there any way to send a message to pin them against each other, to think that maybe one or the other is getting the upper hand? I hate to cause confusion, but us reaching out and trying to do diplomatic measures for the cloud or the fire giants only shows our weakness. If we don't go by force, they're going to know that we don't have the strength to do so. So pinning them against each other to give us the time being to face Imarith may be what we need at this point. I don't like to be sneaky about it, but being trapped between them.
We have the time to do so, and I also worry, should we tell them, if we were to tell them that the other has the upper hand, or in some way spread that, could it not only expedite the situation in which they attempt to move forward sooner in this coup?
I don't know. My thought is that if they think the other has the upper hand, that they go attack each other. I don't know.
We can certainly try.
Let's see what let's see what Hackathon has to think, because we have a few different options we can do. Maybe it's going up to attack Imrith head on, or going to try to calm things over with the fire of the storm giant or the cloud giants. I don't know.
Allow us to go see what Hecaton wishes to do. And with that, she begins leading you upstairs, which you know so very well, into the upper chamber. You see that it's been in the beginning stages of rebuild. There's still some commoners there and soldiers of the cloud giant or the storm giant variety that are fixing things up, doing some repairs on the place. Seem to be doing some work. After the battle that came through here, there's still a little bit of cleanup. You still see a few stains on the ground of concern. Bodies are all gone now, and it's starting to return to its previous beauty. And as you come to the top of the stairs, you can hear Hecaton before you can see him. As you see him, hear him just cursing and screaming. He seems to have lost temper. You can hear the fury coming from the back room before you're even at the top of the stairs. And as you get closer, you begin to hear some smashing. You can now see through the doorway, and you see him in the distance taking a wooden chair and throwing it against the wall. I'll kill him! Zolto will be slaughtered if I get my chance. How dare he try to overcome the Ordning? And Vosa just leans over. As you can see, he is still a bit irritated by these claims. And you see him just flexing. And he disappears and stalks off behind the doorway. You can't see him, and then he's just pacing the room now as she leads you up. Sire, the Phandalin Phive have returned. And he, mid-chair, he basically grabbed a chair and a table, and he's got it like halfway up, and he's like, where the... forgive me. And he's going to slowly lower them back down. My temper may have gotten the best of me. I am just frustrated these days. I'm sorry. Please come in. Have you been seen to? Have you been?
Now's when we attack.
No.
Guys.
Yeah, right now. Fucking
Shiplap.
Right now.
rolling.
Shiplap.
Hackathon, it's don't apologize. We understand the frustration. We understand. There's a lot going on right now. There's many avenues for us to target at the moment.
I did not want to see the Ordning fall on my watch. Not.
Think of it not as a falling, but a mere obstacle at this point. There's been a lot against you, and you've been able to come back. It's an obstacle. We can overcome this. Tough times are ahead, but we can take care of this together.
Give me a persuasion check.
Oh, fuck.
Let's see how calming you are.
All right, hold on. I was not ready for that. Character sheet. Persuasion. Nope. Every fucking time, too. Every fucking time. 4 plus 2. Yeah, nope. Yeah, that was a roll. Roll a 3. Got it. Okay, cool.
And you see his face turn red, and he turns and starts steaming a little bit as you attempt to calm him down. He calms himself down. You are back sooner than I expected.
Oh my god, I love the fact that you rolled a nat 1 and a 5. Yeah, buddy.
We need to go fight the fire giants today, folks. Here we go. Listen, Hackathon. I don't know. There's just a lot of shit going on. Let's be honest. It's frustrating. What is our best avenue? I mean, listen, we got Imrith fighting off and they're doing whatever the fuck she's doing in the Anarok Desert. Now we have the other giants basically saying they're not going to pay any attention to the Ordning. What is important to you?
He's gonna think about this for a moment and lean in. What is important to me is wiping the dragons from the face of this earth and putting the ordning back in and restoring our rightful place on top. I have had enough of these coups, of these attempts to topple us. I believe that we must once again show strength of the Storm Giants, even in our weakened state. We must show why we belong at the top of the ordning, even if it kills me and all of us.
Hecaton. All right, I'm either gonna die, or I'm gonna talk Hecaton, and I'm gonna give Hecaton some sense. We're gonna find out. I'm about to get killed. I understand your frustration, maybe even a glimpse of it, Hecaton. King Hecaton. You have ruled your people in the ordning to a civil society. But thinking of this with anger, and coming to the conclusion that doing something even if all of your people die is not something that a king would do. Every one of us has been frustrated, and probably not as much as you at this point. But take a step back from that frustration. If you let all of your people die, what kind of king are you? What are you proving at this point? We know you're powerful. Everyone knows you're strong. That's why they all hesitate to come and attack you right now, because they know your power. That is not something that you or any of us question. But it's in time like this that we must think beyond the frustration, beyond the anger, and figure out the best move. Think about that. You don't want
I
to
need you
let
to
your
roll
people
for
die.
initiative.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
I don't know. I got some Aragorn vibes there.
I
Nice.
did too. The day of giants may someday pass. Today is not that day.
Yeah.
And he's gonna stand up, come over. You speak well.
I'm gonna drink. I'm about to be crushed. Head's gonna pop like a cherry.
Perhaps the wisdom of the Goliath has been underrated to date. Thought of only as a tiny, foolish, unnecessary cousin of ours. And yet perhaps you are somewhat wise that we do not see.
He's really digging it in deep there, isn't he? Touche.
There may be some
Touche.
truth to that initial thought you had, but
You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong at all.
And so, Phandalin 5, you obviously return here. What news do you have? What do you wish of me?
Warwick, you're the most logical here. You have the most information. What do you think?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think it wouldn't hurt. Who am I getting reverb from? I think it's from.
Oh, I'll mute just in case it's me.
I think it wouldn't hurt before we make a decision to maybe talk to Mistra, see if she can give us some information. I think going after Emerth right now, I think we have to plan for that, and we have to have a little more information. Going after one of the giant clans might not be a bad idea. I don't know enough about the cloud giants to really get in there. We've talked about going up against the fire giants, and that could kill two birds with one stone. Take them out, potentially stop the Vonadov from being created, and we know that they went in and killed Gnawbone, or we assume. We did see, out of care, we did see like big footprints and drag marks and stuff like that in Gnawbone's lair, right? So we can
Yes.
assume it was giant type.
Yeah, you would feel comfortable with that assumption based on the reports that you'd heard as well as what you saw.
Yeah, we know that a horde of giants was in and took out Gnawbone and took what piece of Vonadon we had with Gnawbone. So they're trying to make it. So the fire giants might not be a bad idea. My concern now is that if we go in with Mirren, what's going to happen? If they capture her, ask her questions, they're going to know that the storm giants aren't necessarily in power anymore, and it's just going to further back them up. So I think if we go in against the fire giants, we can't go in with her. But that's just my opinion. Fire giants aren't a bad idea, but I think talking to Mystra might not be a bad way to go first.
Yeah, we can do that. Let me know what you want to. Let me know what you want to know.
How many? Can you remind me how many questions can you answer, and what kind of questions? Are they just yes or no, or?
Three questions and yes and no.
Okay.
I also like Amrock's thought before we came here of hearing everyone out and us voting as well. Warwick, I think you narrowing things down for us to give guidance is good, to keep us in a certain direction. But I think everyone voting is not a bad idea. Does everyone agree with that? Is that we talk to Mystra first and get some questions and see what guidance that gives us.
I think that's. Amber just slowly raised his hand. Is that what we're doing? I like it. Yeah.
Don just is watching each of you.
Reed,
Is this voting?
Reed,
Which of you leads the party that makes the demands?
Wait,
What,
who's
Riptocracy?
Get the fuck out of here.
who says this?
Hecaton.
We understand that you lead the ordering, King Hagaton, but we do things a little bit differently. And it's something that we wish to discuss with you at some point. More of a council, but that is far later on after we show your strength, bring back the ordering, and take care of Imrith. But we'll take that at some other time. I'll look at Reed, Althea, Clank, and Siddle. Do you all agree?
Sure. Works for me.
Althea shakes her head but raises her hand. Yeah. Yeah. Puts her hood up.
Oh, I didn't see you there. Clank, the newest member of our group.
It would be wise to know what we can know before we strike.
I like this guy. I like this. I like him. Then it is settled then. We will come up with questions after 3 weeks of discussing and ask Mr. I said that. I'm kidding. I didn't say that in character. So it is settled then. We will ask Mistress some questions and see what happens from there.
Heck, on another news, we'll gather some info and kind of decide. I mean, I know what I'm leaning towards, but we'll ask a few questions. I understand your daughter's execution has been planned. You all right?
It must be done. This treachery.
I'm correct.
Must send a message.
I thought we convinced him to stay the execution. Have a second chance. Make him atone for.
You did. That's why it was pushed till next week.
Oh, okay.
Basically, because he had planned for that week time frame that you guys would be back. And you're back sooner than not, and therefore the execution has been pushed, but also set. If not atoned for.
I like it. It's fantastic. All right. Well, I mean, listen, maybe depending on what we get from Mistra, maybe there's still opportunity for her to, atone for herself. I mean, I guess, that's the $1 million question, right? Or million gold question, whatever. What would you need from her for her to be fully atoned for, her treachery? Or is there anything she can do? Because if there's not, you might as well chop her head off today. No offense, just being blunt.
It can be atoned for. She can show she stands by our side. And she's remorseful. And she must shed the blood of our enemy to prove that she fights for us. I accept nothing less.
Okay. Okay.
King Hec-
If needed, I shall send her against Imrith herself.
Fuck me. Love it.
I think we're getting a little too ahead of ourselves. I think she would just go back to Imra's side at that point in time. But I get it. You're frustrated. I'm not going to piss you off anymore. But on other
For
news,
atonement, should she not face the beast? Would that not be the ultimate way to show that she is loyal? To go to Imrith. Otherwise, she fights for the other side and she must be killed. Blood will be spilt one way or the other.
I think you should just chop her head off at that point in time, because sending her into Imrith by herself is a suicide mission, right? I mean, there's no way she makes it out alive. You should just kill her yourself and be done with it.
I did not say atonement would be easy.
I think we
I
could bring
character.
people
I
back.
like this new hackathon. BG Dubs. This is great.
He's coming out of his shell again. The strength is returning to him. You're seeing a little bit of the old hackathon as he's getting further and further away from this weakness.
Hackathon, mercy is not weakness. Just so you know, I understand the rules and rituals of the giants, probably more so than most of my family here. But I think we can pull Miram back. I just hope you give her the chance.
Which is why she still lives.
I like Hackathon. He's a big old teddy bear. Big old teddy bear. Just kidding. I don't say that in character because I don't want to die. Keljum, do you need to rest to speak to Mistra, or is that something you can do now?
I can do that. I can do that now.
I think we need to come up with some questions, but I'm sorry, Warwick.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Before we talk to Mistra, the other thing too that I think we need Hackathon not to rush you, but I think you were looking to see what kind of items you can find in your vault. Maybe make some new potions. I think that's gonna, that new equipment is gonna kind of help us make our decision as well.
That's a did we level question. Sorry.
We could level, get some potions and items. Either way, whatever. I'm fine.
I have found a number of things from the vault as suggested. However, those items are for battle. They are not for deliberation. They are yours should you choose to.
Well, no, I mean we're going to battle no matter what. Let's be clear. We're fighting the fire giants, a battle's going to happen. These aren't for us to just walk around with and have to say we have. This is to help us. There's no doubt about
Who are
that.
you going to battle with?
I think that's the decision, right? I think that's kind of what we're trying to figure out.
It seems like either after we talk to Mistra, we will figure it out. But I don't think Warwick's asking for anything now. But it's just more of a, do we have things that could better suit us for battle when we decide to walk into the fires here? Whether that be the fire giants or Imrith or the cloud giants.
Yes, I believe so.
My man.
Out of curiosity, can any of you wield giant size equipment? Or must I limit my options for you to regular sizes?
I I've been known to carry around a big thing or two, so but no, I prefer not to.
Once we use the potions, I think any of us can.
Bingo. That motherfucker is smart. Ain't
A
wrong.
giant possessed Amrook, my favorite.
Dude, I know. King Hackathon, I must ask, even if Emrook is right, if we take the potions of giant size, we can probably wield any of those. But if it's a magic item, won't it doesn't it shift to? Will it shift back to our size? Like, I mean, I'd love to test one of these out, or one of anyone here can. But we've been known that magic items tend to shift. Out of character, I don't know if that happens, G, but I figured I'd ask.
Yeah, and out of character, you know that some do, some don't. It is common with some armor, which is usually specifically imbued with that because it changes so much with the size. Weapons much less so. While there, it's not as common, so
Touche.
certainly can be tried. But
Touche. Okay. Well, Warwick, it sounds like there's something in the vaults there that we may be able to utilize, but maybe we focus on Mystra for now. Would everyone agree to that?
Yeah,
go
let's
forth.
come up with
Have your deliberations.
Let's come up with 3 questions and decide. Yeah, I'm in.
Warwick, if you don't mind, and Keldrum, if you don't mind, I know you're going to talk to Mystra, but Warwick, if you don't mind, that hat that we received from that weird bird creature, Shriek, Croc, I don't know. Do you mind if would you mind handing me that out of the bag of holding? I wouldn't mind just talking to it. And I'll look at the group. I mean, no intent on attuning or trying to do anything. It said we would know that we needed it. We would know we needed it and something would happen, but I don't understand, and I just wanted to talk to it. If anyone has an issue with that, I will wait for everyone to be there, but I figured I would take the time to ask it what its true intent is, if that's okay with the party.
Yeah, no, I'm
And
Here
you
you
do. I mean, if anyone wants to, I will do it in the same room. I mean, no treachery or anything. I don't know. Just seems interesting that it would offer that
I'm
we.
okay with that. I would like to be in the same room though too.
Yeah, absolutely. Not a problem. Absolutely. All right.
I'll hand him the hat. I'll pull it out of the bag of holding, hand him the hat, and so
Can we
what
go
kind of
to the
questions
same
do we
rooms?
want to what questions do we want to ask Mistra?
Yeah. Are we doing it here? Or are we going off to the rooms that we had last time?
I shall give you privacy if you wish. And he'll stand up with Sarissa. Come on. And head out the door, asking this.
Sarissa instead of Osa. That way, Hekaton could be your stepdad. I'm in. That's out of character. Not in front of Hekaton. I ain't saying that shit in front of him. Not in his current state. Nope. I'm not taking a clip.
You men, guard the door. Give them privacy. They'll do so. And shut the doors.
Warwick, I think one of the first questions that comes to my mind is it has to be a yes or no, but
I can also do divine, which is I can get a more specific answer, but I can only ask one question.
One of the things we have to ask is if the fire giants are close to the assembling the Vonandad, if they have already, or if they're close to it. And if they're not, then I don't think they're as big of a threat as we think they are. I don't know how to ask that question in a yes or no stance, unless it's a have the fire giants. It would maybe be a two-part question. Have the fire giants made the Vonnegut, yes or no? And if no, are the fire giants close to assembling the Vonnegut? So I,
Well, I think
I don't know.
close is a relative term, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Yes.
that's my only concern. I don't know how everything's sounding is. I don't know if we're ready to go up against Imrith right now, but it seems like Hecaton's a little more focused on getting the Ordning back together, right? And maybe that's kind of slapping the fire giants around, and slapping the cloud giants around a little bit. So
And don't let me underplay a little bit of the focus. He was most concerned about those two, but also I mean the efforts by the Worm's Call Throne were of significant consideration as well. So I didn't mean to underplay the Imrith concern either. Let's put that
Okay.
out there.
Keldrum, could we ask Mistra which is the bigger threat? Imrith, the fire giants, or the cloud giants?
Would you like to form that into a yes or no go question?
Well, he could
Yeah.
ask, he could do divination in one
I
question,
can do divination on that one. Yeah.
and it would be,
Yeah.
I don't know what that tells us. I don't know. I'm just throwing things out here at this point, but that is what we were trying to figure out: is which is the bigger threat to target. If it's a storm giant, if it's one of those three, we go after them. But is the group willing to say yes to going after whatever Mistra says is the biggest threat? That really is the question. And that's for us to decide and vote on. I don't know that answer. My heart is on Imrith because she has caused the most destruction and chaos.
Oh,
But
he loves her.
but I don't know. I'll wait for Amrook and Warwick to get back as well, but I'll look around. Reed, Althea,
today?
Clank. Uh, what are your thoughts? Clank, I know you're new to this group, but we're trying to decide what to go after, and it's not an easy task.
Clank answers in a different voice. You've heard him talking before. I have seen the destruction of a dragon before, and my heart tells me to destroy it. But that does not mean it is the biggest threat.
Clank likes to kill dragons. I love it. Fucking love it.
Can I propose we take a short break while this is being discussed, since we are out of Warwick, and I can take a quick restroom break myself.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'd love to discuss. Can we continue to discuss out of character?
Yeah, feel free to discuss out of character. That's what I figured. I'd give you a little bit of extra time here, since no one planned for a Mistra conversation.
So, okay, I'll wait.
So let's take a short break, and
That's still pretty relative. What's the bigger threat? How is it a threat overall? Bigger threat in 10 years? I'm just saying, if you ask her who's the biggest threat, she could take it that. And even at that, that might be the immediate threat right now, but that's not to say that fuck, because we're throwing it out there. Could we ask something? If that's a less than 90%, they're not the. And it doesn't have to be these exact words. Carl talk. Maybe ask Yvonne and Dodd is more. That tells us, all right, we know that they've been going for this long. They're about 90%. Yeah, we should probably fuck. They're not even. Kind of agree with. They have something similar that we have. Right, just because you haven't seen Santa doesn't mean you'll get that. Um, no, I fully agree with you, and they already have two targets. Do we want to muddy the waters with, or do we just? And if we ask Mistra, he's going to say yes, or she's going to say yes. They do pose a threat to the ordning. Done. For, for, for sure. If we have an extra question, focus our questions on the two threats we know about. Have an extra question. Information. Focus him. If it's less than 90. ain't got no reason. Dragons are smart. They gotta come. Valid point. Did, could we be comfortable with the assumption that based on weird thing about divine that method of bringing the throne here could be bringing us to her, not what you're thinking. If everyone's okay with it, I should throw that up. Yeah, Siddle, what do you got? Cookbook. No, I was waiting. Do you have any?
Yep, we're saving that image.
Okay. Now that you guys are back, let me try to figure out something that can wreck your questions. So Hecadon pops his head in and says one more thing. No.
That's bullshit.
We'll wait for Reed to get back here as you guys go through. But off camera, the Phandalin Phive in their discussion seem to have come to some conclusion for what questions they believe they want to ask Mystra.
We're waiting for Reed, or
Yeah, we're gonna give Reed a minute here. Did he say something about it?
Well, while Ryan's or Reed's doing that, while he's taking a minute, I'm sure he's carving something or whatnot. Oh, never mind, he's back. I'll wait. Hey, buddy. You should look in D&D chat.
Out of character, Ryan, I dropped something in. It's an homage to you. Yeah, you are now officially both Hall and Oates. Well played.
I'm here for it.
It's been bothering me since Friday whenever I mentioned it, and I was like, man, it's driving me nuts. And I opened the chat and saw young Ryan, and I was like, oh man, that's it right there.
I'm here for it.
It's beautiful. It's my homage. Anyways, back to D&D. Okay, so you guys are sold on your questions. You're set. Anything else?
I'm gonna take the hat. I'll sit in the room. I'll sit near, like a little offset from Keldrum, because I don't want to interrupt his meditation. But yeah, ready to roll.
I'm gonna cast this ritualistically. So the first question is: are the fire giants greater than 90% complete with the Vonadod?
Keldrum, the fabric, the weave of the arcane, the magic ripples through your body. You feel the tingle before you go to cast a typical spell. In this case, it comes on so much more powerfully. You sense the aura of Mystra's response just bubbling up inside of you. And you recognize the answer as yes.
Fuck.
Hold on, more than 90% done. That was the question, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, that's okay.
God damn it. That was a no.
What do you mean? We've been waffling on this for months. How could we have ever seen this coming?
You're not wrong. I still had hopes, but fuck me. All right. Cool.
Second question.
What was the second? What was the questions? What was the second question?
If we
How many turtles are? Oh, what?
Yes, how many turtles? If we attacked Amarith, is there a greater than 90% chance she would have her kids help her out or back her up or fight with her? Fight with her, probably. It's a better way to put that.
What he said. What he said.
Again, the weave wraps around you. Feel the blanket of the arcane. And the response you get is unclear.
God damn it.
Intentions are outside my understanding.
Fuck this shit.
Listen, you're asking the god of magic and the weave what the intentions of a dragon is. Is there?
This is bullshit. This is bullshit. I'm just kidding. That's awesome.
It's a good question. Wrong person to ask.
Yep. No, you're right.
She's just asking Worth herself. So Caldra, based off of that information, I think the third question is, uh, is there a way for us to control the Vonandad? Or is there a way for us to stop the Vonandad from being created? Or, yeah. Just my thought.
Or is it does Imrith pose a greater threat than the fire giants at this point, knowing that it's 90% complete above? I don't know.
I think that's kind of without saying.
I think she'll come back with a, well, it really depends on what you mean by imminent threat. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not necessarily the person to ask about that one.
You get so mad when you don't get answers. I love it.
The gods are so
Folks,
Touche.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean,
Keith, so what was it? What was that one? What was that again? You said.
I would say either is there a way for us, or is there a way for the Phandalin Five, someone in the Phandalin Five, to control the Vonandad, or are we able to stop the Vonandad from being created, from being finished, whatever? Because if she says no to, we can't stop it from being finished, that means either it's already created and done, or no matter what, it's going to be created, and that's going to be a massive threat regardless.
I
And
want to go with that.
we can always ask her later, though. I mean, assuming we go in, we
Yeah.
defeat them, we can always ask later if we can. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask that though. Is there a way that the Phandalin 5 can stop the completion of the Vonadar?
And as you ask it, you realize you already know the answer, as Mr. grants you this knowledge. Yes.
Fucking A.
Well, folks, I think we should head to the Fire Giants.
Oh fuck. All right. Cool. Cool.
I'll if there's a guard standing around, I'll ask him to. Would you mind bringing Hecaton and Sarissa? And
Yeah, you get a
so,
little knock at the door, and they bring them back. They're giving you full privacy at your request. All right, there we go. They return. Have you come to a conclusion?
well,
You
we found out some interesting information, and we're hoping you can shed some light. But we have Caldrum has spoken to Mistra, and the Vonandad is at least 90% created. So it's either created or it's almost there.
That was my fear. I cannot believe they would bring that monstrosity back into being.
So I think that leaves the question. Well, Mistra did tell us that we would be able to stop the completion of it. So it's not fully created yet. So my question to you is, what do you know about the Vonandad? I mean, is this something that if we go in and stop the fire giants, can we control it? Can you control it? Do we need to stop it from being created? Could we use it to help kill Imarith? I mean, there's a lot going on here.
You ask many good questions. The 1,000-Year War was the last time anyone saw the Vonandad fight. That was before my lifespan. And a few generations back. Based on these stories that I've heard of this colossal beast, this construct, it could certainly help kill Imrith if achievable. However, I do not know whether or not it can be wielded by anyone besides the fire giants. That secret was kept extremely close. You must remember this was one of our greatest weapons against the dragons during that great war. It slaughtered many. Unfortunately, it killed many small folk as well, as they were mere collateral damage. The threat is great, though there is a reward if you could run it. Between you and I suspect the best scenario would be to destroy it, and once again scatter its remains beyond ever being able to be returned. But wielded in the right hands, it could be a great weapon. I just do not know how that can be done.
Yeah, I'm thinking, and I'll say this in front of the group, kind of looking around for a vote here. I'm thinking we go like it's fire giant time, and I think, yeah, there's some concerns about the Von.
We lost your bud.
Yeah.
My bad. I think before we fully destroy this thing, if we can capture one of the giants, maybe the leader or somebody higher up, and gain as much information about the Vonadot that we can, because if we can control it against Imrith, that's a massive help. So I think going in, maybe doing the same thing to them that we did to the Stone Giants and the Hill Giants, taking out a few, maybe then try to put in some level of democracy and seeing what we can use to our advantage.
I doubt this Duke would be easily dissuaded, I guess.
Oh, sure. I agree.
Maybe not him, but like maybe one of like people like right underneath him. That
Yeah.
might be who somebody you want to take.
Yeah. If we can do something like that, so I say let's come up with a plan to take out the fire giants with the goal of let's make sure we knock one of the generals unconscious, something like that. We need to ask them questions. And then, now the question is, do we go in brute force? And if we, can take them out, take them all out, or do we want to, entice some level of democracy like what we did with the Stone Giants and the Hill Giants? I mean, no matter what, I think the leader's going to have to die. But, it is what it is.
If we have to, we have to.
You're muted, Carl.
My vote is for brute force. I don't think that fit from the sounds of it. Strategically, I think we should use the conks, stone giants come here, and then use as a diversion at the front gate. Well, Larissa takes us behind.
I'll look at Hecaton. If instead of Sarissa, if Mirren, and I'll look at the group, assuming we can trust her, if we agree on that. If Mirren takes us into the fire giant layer, because she.
Sorry, that's what I meant. Whichever
Oh,
sister
okay.
thought it
My
was.
bad. Yeah, if Mirren takes us in there and fights with us, whether she lives or dies, whatever. But if she goes in and fights with us, comes out alive, is that atonement enough for you?
It would be.
Okay.
Nothing else, at least. Right?
Right. So, Hecton, I guess the question kind of comes back to you of, if we go and, fight the fire giants, I mean, is there any help you can give us in terms of potions, weapons, items? Besides Mirren, any guards or anything you can I mean, you guys are already probably pretty short staffed as it
How-
is. I don't want to leave you.
And
Leave crazy.
how close can you get us to their stronghold? Or can you?
So I'll come back to the magic item. As far as how close, the teleportation circle, I imagine, unless some new protections have been put up, would allow you to teleport directly into the iron slag. I cannot rule out that something may have been included now that would redirect you to the outskirts, immediately on the outside. But I believe that you can go directly into it.
The other
Or-
thing too that we have to keep in mind is we know that the Drow are working with the fire giants. They took the primordial flame from Gauntlgrim. Fuck you. From Gauntlgrim, and they took a iron slag. So it's likely that we're gonna fight fire giants and Drow. So having the stone giants isn't a bad idea. Now it's just a question of how quickly can they get there? Because if it's gonna take them 10 days, 2 weeks, a month,
We use the
Yeah.
portal. We bring them here and then teleport them where it takes
Do
a
we
matter of
trust
minutes.
do we trust that?
Correct me if I'm wrong. He had told us, or Bosa had told us that they were hesitant but somewhat amenable.
Yes, specifically they were still challenging the ordning, but they were open to diplomatic discussions about their position.
Still gives them what they want, a potential rise in status. That's all they're looking for.
I mean,
You can always trust the person that you're giving something to, right, Reed?
Why not? Ship is what this game's all about.
yeah. Huh. I'll scoff at Reed again. Um, yeah, so I mean,
No response.
Hekaton, what do you thoughts? Any insight you can give us into the fire giants? Because I'm not speaking for the group, but it sounds like game plan's probably to go take down the fire giants, make sure the Vonadon's not created.
I believe it is a good plan. I must warn you about my brother, and they are fierce, militaristic, smart, well organized, and well trained.
Oh fuck.
They will. Not only that, you go directly into their home, into their lair. You go.
100%.
I would say they do not take prisoners, but in fact they do. They will take prisoners, purely for the fact to gain every bit of intelligence and knowledge out of you that they can, and then trade you for whatever you are worth. They do not kill without intent, but they intend to be victorious.
All right. Long shot here. The cloud giant leader.
Yes.
What can you tell me about their leader?
Her?
Her? I think it's her.
It's a her. It is, I don't want to misspeak. And come on. There it is. I can tell you, she is not one to be trifled with. Sansori is as wise as she is beautiful.
Fuck. All right. Never mind.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy.
I don't even want to risk it. You can just stop there, Hecton. Don't want me to cut you off. My thought
All
was
right.
maybe somehow if I could convince her to help us take down the fire giants, and that knocks off one of the clans that could potentially take them over. But that's a lot on me being as charismatic as I've ever been, and I don't know if I want to risk that. So never mind.
You are quite charismatic. She would give you a run for your money.
Now I'm intrigued. So you're telling me there's a chance? I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna do it. All right. Okay, so you're saying we go in, fight the fire giants. They're not going to take any prisoners, except to gain information. Other than that, we got to kill them. There's no way around. There's no really diplomatic thing around them. Are there any? Is there any supporting tribes, drow, anything around them that you know might be associated with them that might be a first line of defense?
The alliance or relationship with the Drow seems to be more recent. However, this is not the first time we have heard it. I believe that they are allied well. You should also be aware that they have a significant number of workers and cohorts to do their bidding, typically of the hobgoblin variety due to their strength and resistance and resilience. Outside of that, they are generally preferred to work on their own. They are a bit isolationist, and so you should encounter few other allegiances outside of their own number.
I've seen fire elemental fires.
Yes. Yeah, and out of character, I would say that you're aware of that. You would think that Hecaton wouldn't really acknowledge them as, and as I'm thinking of Hecaton, would acknowledge them as alliances, as more pets, groupings, natural. What's the word I'm looking for here? Oh man, basically they're there. Yeah, you've seen fire mephits, you've seen those the fire snakes and etc. I think that's about it. Hellhounds. You've seen the pet hellhounds with them as well. But I was trying to, as Hecaton, he's thinking of major alliances of who else you might run across that would be significant. So, not saying you wouldn't see a number of inferior, lower end enemies, but probably no significant alliances with houses.
Well, I think that's probably a good enough a plan as any, right? We rest up. Tomorrow we, when when we can, use the conchs, go to their teleportation circle and be prepared to fight as soon as we get there. I mean, we're gonna have Harshnag. Hi Harsh. Please don't drink. We need you for support. Mirren, I mean, do we trust Mirren enough to bring her?
I thought we did.
Well, I mean, we did at the time, but I mean, now that we're up to it and we're going to be fighting, do we trust her?
Might be worth a conversation if she's. I believe everyone.
Okay. Anybody?
I agree. I agree.
I'm going to put out there that I'm a little retroactive here. Hackathon would say that they do have one familiar alliance that exists. The Iron Slag is known to have been not protected by, but generally worshipped by a local Yak folk warrior tribe.
God damn it! Here we go.
What was that? A what folk?
Yak folk.
Yeah. You are vaguely familiar with the Yak folk.
Yak folk. Oh, like Minotaurs. I speak Minotaur. We're fine. Got it. Griswold's good. Griswold's got a plan. We're good.
That's some good shit.
We're all gonna die.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
We've never been in worse hands.
Yeah.
Dude, can't fucking wait. Griswold pipes up. Oh, god, dude. Just kidding. I don't. Don't worry.
Let's friend it.
That's pretty cool.
Griswold, looks like your friend.
Let's see. What language does it speak?
That's-
This is just for me. I'm not telling you. Good to know.
I don't think Minotaur.
Undercommon.
Minotaur is just a
How?
Mm-hmm. I think so.
I thought Minotaur was its own language. It's a separate version of. It's similar to Abyssal, but not exact.
oh man.
I mean, it's
I
definitely
think-
its own unique language. But
Yeah, it's
sorry, go
a
ahead, Nate.
racial.
All right. Well,
I will say the Yak folk. Just so you guys know, does anyone speak Yakaria?
I just learned that in Silveryman.
I thought that was buried deep in your sheet.
I can't speak it back.
Something like
Gotcha. Yeah.
that.
How how familiar are you with Iron Slag?
I know it kind of burrows underground, right? I mean, isn't it a series of tunnels and twists and turns until it gets to the heart of the
Kind of like Mordor.
I do not know this Mordor, but you sound confident. Yes, you are correct. It is underground. It is carved into the base of a very tall, 500-foot so mountainside. Beside this cliff is a pair of 50-foot tall adamantine doors. They're airtight valves sealed by ancient magic. The forge built deep into the mountain in the great dungeon, once known to the dwarves as Mount Hammerhast.
Doom.
There are a few ways to reach it should you not teleport there, but it is very difficult to reach in either case. The Yak Folk village, so you are aware, is built directly on top of the mountain as one of the primary entrances should you wish to avoid those gates. Mm-hmm. He's going to describe the surface to you as well. Where the Yak Folk village is actually pretty cool. I'm gonna, as he described it to you, the visual play in your mind.
Oh, that's bitching. Let's do it. I'm tossing somebody off. Yeah. Yeah. Personally, I'd want to avoid that at all costs. I don't want to get involved in yak folk. I'd rather just go in, get what we need to get done, and if we go up against these guys, it's just gonna, diminish us enough, and we're probably not gonna make it out alive. Question: How if I were to use the conch, say I were to go invisible, use the conch to go to the waypoint or whatever, the teleportation circle for the fire giants, and then teleport immediately back to the maelstrom. We're talking seconds, right?
So, a couple points of that. One, there is no necessarily teleportation circle within the giant lair. I mean, basically, you kind of have to choose where you're attempting to get. I mean, they don't have a teleportation circle per se. They use the conch and come candidly. So there was talk about, as Miriam was describing some of the areas to you previously in her assistance, about kind of describing where you could potentially go, but there was no teleportation circle. But you guys had talked about previously going straight in the middle of it to surprise them, sort of thing. But there are numerous areas that you could potentially arrive at. Sorry, that wasn't Miriam's knowledge. That was the brothers.
Ooh, yeah.
Who was?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
Uthor.
we had discussed both of them.
Uthor,
come
thank
with
you.
us,
Yeah.
And Uthor go back, and
Yes, correct. So yeah, but Uthor has been vaguely in the area, so he was generally aware of a couple of the things, but not very, very much so. As far as your turnaround time, Warwick, to do so, the conchs do have a casting time, but it is near instantaneous, so 6 seconds. So yeah, assuming you get your orientation, no issues, no problems, and can utilize it accordingly, it would be a 1 round turnaround.
So assuming a lot of shit, it could work out great. Okay. All right. I don't want to assume anything. Let's not do that. Okay. Well, so it looks like we got to talk to Miran and the uncle, get a little bit of information about where's the best place to maybe head into. Let's get some sleep. Hecaton, items, potions. We'll go through that, and then if you guys are in tomorrow, let's go chop off some fire giant heads. Sound like a plan? I like it.
Go for it.
Works for me.
I'll raise my
Okay.
hand. I first that motion. Rooktocracy.
I'll second it.
So it is
Like
decided.
crazy.
Oh, it's yeah. I think it's decided. Yeah. Is there any type of support besides Miran you can provide, Hecaton? We don't want you or Sarissa going. That's just me personally, but I don't think you guys need to go. You guys need to stay here and protect your shit. Can't afford for you guys to die.
He's gonna look
Griswold,
around. He's
maybe.
gonna. We are seriously depleted, but if you believe you need reinforcements for this, I perhaps can send someone. I must caution you, though. Should we be weakened or should this effort fail, it will be seen as a full declaration of war, having storm giants directly inside the Iron Slag itself. It will be held with the same regard as the frost giants within our facility here, our base. It will be punished. It will be a full declaration of war between clans. All that is near existing now, there is no going back from this. So you shall have a few of my men, but understand the consequences.
Keep forgetting. We got stone giants we can talk to, right? You keep your guys. We'll take Miran. I'll talk to the stone giant dude. See if we can get them on our side. Take a couple of them. We'll get them here tomorrow morning, and then we'll fucking zap in the fire giant layer. Call it a day. Sound good?
You got the stone giant, potentially.
Do we remember that dude's name? Or I at least have an idea of the quote unquote leader type guy that we had talked to, right?
Yeah, you talked to the Thane. Thane Kyalithica.
We brought
But
the Thane back to life.
Killed
right?
him. No,
Oh, we didn't bring Thane back. Oh, I thought we.
no.
Oh no, that's right. He was killed. You did pick up the second in command.
Yeah.
Was it Uthar Brunor? No.
No, you're thinking of Bruno or Battlehammer.
No. I actually. So we received gemstones and some platinum from this Uthar Brun. I don't know. I wrote some shit down. He took the sack from the Thane and gave it to us. So it's whatever the.
Yeah.
Uthar.
He was who you talked to. You do not know who took over as potential
Yep.
leader, but
Yep.
that is who you're familiar with.
Yep.
All right. Well, I think the plan with the stone giants is going to be I can reach out, offer them, look, we're going to go march on the fire giants just like we talked about. This is your opportunity to move up in the ordning. Are you in or out? If you're in, battle tomorrow. Let's do this.
In.
Or other than that, anybody else have any concerns, questions, comments? Battle maneuvers, battle plans, anything. 'Cause if not, I'm super tired. I need to get some sleep.
Warwick, we need to
That
You
were
just talk-
vegan.
Oh no, that's Warwick. Warwick's exhausted.
Yeah,
Warwick's tired. Warwick's very tired. He's gonna take a little nappy nap, aka a long rest, and then he's gonna get up at like 5. No. Yeah, like Phive. Do his thing for a couple hours and then take another long rest. That's life. Yes.
Okay. So it is still fairly early in the day. It's only about 10 a.m. You do want to get some rest, but you guys have a general plan, and you have 24 hours, 23 hours to be ready for it.
Did Hecaton ever tell us what we could get out of that vault?
So he is going to the no. What I was going to say. So as you've pivoted, he had taken items from the vault for a battle with Imrith, as your initial intention had been after you went and got the Giant Slayer or Dragon Slayer, and so they are not the same effective items that would be best for the Fire Giants, and so he is asked to revisit the vault and bring you more appropriate items.
Nice. Alrighty, on that note, I'm gonna go take a nice little long rest and then I'll reach out to the Stone Giants afterwards.
Warwick, if we could, I'll say in front of the group, um, at some point, Warwick, I would like to do the, I'd like to talk to my father.
Sure. Yeah. I mean if he's in the same relative area in the Anarok Desert, what we'll do is after I get up from a long rest, maybe we'll have dinner, I'll reach out to the Stone Giants, and then right about tonight, when he should be sleeping, we'll do the whole dream thing. That's cool. Cool.
Cool. Cool.
Okay.
That being said, Papa Bear's gonna take a long rest.
All right. What's everyone else doing?
I'm gonna take a rest. Hecaton, is there anything that I could help with right now?
I suggest you get rest. You will need it.
I'll take a long rest. I'm not gonna complain. That's
Yeah,
all
I'm a
right.
big sleepy boy too.
Right before my long rest, I'm gonna cast spells into my ring. I'm gonna cast um a third level counter spell or level 3 counter spell and 2 silvery barbs into my ring.
Those are good.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Good call.
That's gonna be interesting. All right. I like it. I like it a lot. What else?
But nothing.
Okay. So you're meditating and long resting.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm just going over. Just going through
Siddle's
my
gonna do the
spells.
same.
I mean,
What is that, Codra?
Oh, go ahead.
You're gonna keep copying some spells like you were doing starting before?
No, I'm no,
Or-
yeah, a little bit of that, and but yeah, no, I mean, just now I'm just picking out spells. Yeah, just
They
picking
don't
out
need
spells.
a long rest because they got one.
No, that's Caldrum Clank and Althea already have long rests in. So technically you've got downtime or time to do stuff as you need while they're long resting.
Yeah, I will work on my scroll.
Were we able to get a?
He-
We found the books in the library, but able to take out or
So didn't really discuss it. He found the books and he let it go. I will say that for the Phandalin Five, the legendary beings that you are these days in these towns, you've built quite an accolade around you that they would have allowed you to take them out on loan.
Oh, and I would have relayed all of the information that I got from the books to you guys. I should have said that before, but I would have told you guys everything, Scepter and the dragons and all that.
knowing the information that heavily on our rank ability users, bows, crossbows, that type of stuff. Book two. Yeah. Book and
Okay. I filed away those 3 books so that you will have improved information as you approach Chamb3r.
I'm gonna
Appreciate you.
What's that?
I'm gonna re-roll.
Appreciate you, Chamb3r.
Oh, sorry. I re-rolled my Porton rolls. Carl pointed out that Porton is after a long rest, and I totally forgot. So after I wake up, 5 and 3.
Gotcha. Elfie and Clank, what are you doing?
Oh, man.
Twice. That's twice tonight. I get it.
Althea, Clank, what are you guys up to? You got a day to kill as everyone's long resting, or 8 hours at least, while they're doing that. Anything you want to accomplish?
Clank's gonna go talk to Mir and kind of suss out if she can be trusted.
Fuck yes. My man. I
Okay.
like it.
I'm.
And we'll cover that in a second. Althea, still with us?
Yeah, I'm gonna read a book.
What book? Anything good?
A book about magnets.
Brief history of time.
Yeah,
I
because
think you're mixing up your characters, Althea.
it was a joke. She's just gonna go to the library and amuse herself.
The library, and then the Maelstrom.
Yeah, because there's always a library. She's stealing any
All
book she
right.
can find to read. Well, I'm not stealing, borrowing.
All right, you find the library. It's a little measly compared to what you're used to, and the books are all gigantoid. So you could ask one of the local giants, one of the storm giants, to help you. He has to bring it down, pull it over, and it turns out most of them are written in giant. However, he finds a few common.
I can
One
read giant.
is, can you?
Yeah.
Well, then it's your choice. Yeah, you just need to have him move it for you. You can flip the page yourself, but you have to get it off the shelf. These books are like, yay big, about that thick, probably each one weighing about 60 pounds as you haul it around. It's a wee bit tough.
Yeah, I'll let them bring me one down and just mosey through it, see what I can find.
They bring you one with a little bit of their history and lineage of the Maelstrom, little construction, how it was built, how they came to found this under here, that part of it existed already, and that the storm giants then shaped the growth around it until it took shape. And they talk about each of the previous leaders that have built on and added a different section to it of their own. It's interesting, but architecturally so.
Yeah, she'll read it.
At the bottom of the blueprints, you. Bill?
No.
No. What was his name? Gwen. No, Gwen.
No, it was Glator. It was Glator's
Glator, thank you. Yeah, Glator Hammermill. You're right.
Hammermill. Yeah, Hammermill.
Is it
Yeah.
Hammermill?
Yeah,
It
Hammermill.
would be like his great 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 grandfather.
He was a legend. It was good lineage.
Bad joke.
I forgot his last name. You got me. Good memory. All right. While you guys do this, Clank, your first time around here, kind of exploring a little bit. Interesting. You're getting some side looks as a construct here as you make your way around. But the guards agree, based on the party that you're traveling with, to escort you to Mirren in the jail cell that she's currently in. As you come up and find her, you see she's not only in the jail cell, but her hands and arms are still chained, as are her legs, so she cannot free. She is just sitting on a bench. Also seems to be reading a book that they did allow her to take. And as you approach, she gives you a double take. She initially glances up dismissively, back down, and then realizing that you are a bit of an abnormality here, popping her head up again, she gently closes the book. My, how interesting. And what brings you to my prison cell?
I wish to speak with you.
And speak we shall. And please do me the honor of an introduction. Your name is?
You may call me Clank.
Clank.
Clackety clank.
Are you here at the behest of my father?
In a way, yes and no. I am with the Phandalin 5.
And you see a little bit of anger come to her face. She quickly pushes it away, but there's a little anger, a little disgust there. How
Forgive my
interesting.
bluntness. There is developments that I would wish to speak with you of. I understand you betrayed your king and sided with Imrith. Is that correct?
I was loyal to my kind. I felt that my king, my father, was weak and could not do the job that he needed to do. We are isolated here when we are gods. And so, yes, I struck out with my mortal enemy to restore the previous glory of our kind.
And do you regret
That
this
is better
decision?
phrasing. I regret that it came to that and that I must have betrayed them. I let my father down, and I realize in hindsight now that I sullied my name, our good name, by siding with a dragon. I did not fully know it when we started, but by the time I realized it, I was in too deep. And I was too hell-bent on our cause. So do I regret it? Yes. Do I believe that I was right in my cause? Yes. Would I slaughter that dragon now? Should I get the opportunity? Also, yes. If that answers your question. As she leans back, informally, just eyeing you, trying to understand your intention.
I'm gonna insight her to make sure she's not trying to deceive me.
Yeah,
You
she
find her
basically just said,
extremely difficult to read. Her face is a blank slate. She has a menacing glare that gives away nothing as she tells you this, and so all you can do is take her at face value, or not trust, but you cannot get any form of insight. She rolled a 18 plus 3 there, so a 21 as
Yeah.
a counter.
Long shot. If you were given the chance to redeem yourself, would you take it?
How do you define redemption? And redemption to who?
If you were to, say, be let out of this cell and thrown against your other enemies, the current enemies, the fire giants, would you rise with your people? Or would you let them fall?
You should know. When I began this cause, my intention was to restore the glory of all giants. We once ruled these lands that, well, I cannot say you because I do not believe you existed, as she kind of looks you up and down. However, those of your party members, before they became a scourge on the land, a disease that forced us down here and each of us into hiding, we existed long before, and I expect we will exist long after. We deserve to rule the land. And at one time, that was a requirement to fight the dragons off and share that land. And now both of us have been dwindled in our numbers. So, to answer your question, would I kill the fire giants if it meant atoning and saving those of my own type, the storm? I would in a heartbeat without hesitation. But I would do so begrudgingly, because the other giants are not my true enemy. That will not help us to restore our position in this land. It will only set us back further. And so I would only do so with a heavy heart.
And what if the fire giants unleash the Vonendod?
How much do you know of the Phandalin?
Very little. I am new to this group, but I understand it is a terrible weapon.
It is a terrible weapon to the wrong enemy. The Vonendod. Allow me to step back. My kind fought off the dragons for thousands of years, as we each struggled for a foothold in this land. Before your kind, with a kind like you, took over. The Vonendod swung the very tide of that battle. It killed more dragons than I could possibly name. It gave us a weapon against them that was of untold strength. And so, when you tell me that, all you tell me is that my great people have resurrected our greatest weapon, and I applaud them for it. I do worry about where they point it, though. A weapon that can be pointed anywhere is a threat to all. And so I am conflicted when you tell me this news.
It is our fear that it will be aimed not just at dragons, but at all. Your kind, our kind, and anything the fire giants deem below them. I understand they mean to overthrow the Ordning and put themselves on top. That does not leave room for any negotiation. They will use this weapon against you. They will use it against me. They will use it against thousands to come. I ask you this. If we take you into battle to help defeat the fire giants, if the decision comes to destroy the Vonendod, will you stand by it?
Growing up, I had a pet killer whale. I still do, but this was a different one. A great weapon, a great beast, majestic, dangerous. The right mount for someone of my stature. I felt safe on that mount. I felt strong, protected. But one day, it, for whatever reason, turned. Might have been by accident, might have been startled, it might have been finally getting to its true nature, but it turned and attempted to bite me. I cared deeply for this creature. I had raised it, it had raised me, and I did not hesitate to put it down. I did not regret it. I must do what I must do. Should those that are near me turn against me. And so you ask if I'm willing to do that against the fire giants, should they? Because they once again wield this weapon and could turn it towards us. And the answer is without a doubt. And if that means atonement for me, that is a bonus, and I'm appreciative. If it gets my kind closer to restoring to the previous glory, all the better. Yet yes, I will not hesitate to strike them down, should you give me the opportunity.
That is good to know. I also wish to atone for a crime that I committed, and I aim to help you with yours.
Tell me, does your atonement also require blood to be spilt?
Much, yes. That of your
Do
ancient
you-
enemies.
Do you feel trepidation for this necessity of the blood spilt?
I am conflicted that I must take not just a dragon's life, but the life of my former lord, who betrayed me, who sent me to this form. But I would do it in a heartbeat if it meant having those I cared about back.
Then it seems we are kindred spirits, Clank. Perhaps we understand each other greater than you realize. Betrayal is a fickle mistress. One that is tough to come back from and often requires blood to be spilt. I would not be surprised to know that my own will be done because of my betrayal. But we shall see. That is for the next days to decide, and we shall count how many of them I have remaining. Clank, it was quite interesting to speak with you. Thank you for coming down to my humble abode. I wish I had more to offer you. I believe I have a few crumbs of my earlier bread, should you wish it, and a mild novel. Otherwise, I am quite light in entertainment purposes here. So if you don't mind, I shall get back to my book. I expect I shall see you again soon.
He'll take a bow and then he'll walk out with the guards.
She's going to lift up her book and go back to reading as you move out, and you see her give you one more glance as you do so. And they lead you up once again through the palace that you had not had a chance to see. Very, very cool architecture. You now realize when you didn't know it before they were teleporting you, and as they did teleport you, and you have to walk around this is an undersea coral creation. This is built at a great depth, and you see multiple quartz windows throughout, where you can see the fish. You see the bottom, a few shipwrecks off in the distance as well. And it's the life that teems under here is quite impressive, and the various colors from the coral all interacting and growing into one another creates this very unique aesthetic as you meander your way through. And they bring you back to the surface. They go to offer you food and water, and they hesitate, and you see them kind of look at each other. Two guards that are all muscle, no brains, and they're trying to figure out if they should offer you food and water, or oil, or some other alternative. And so they kind of hesitate and stutter over themselves, and just, is there anything you need?
Is there a training yard?
There is a sparring room, yes. It is. Go ahead.
If you would show me the way, please.
And they're going to direct you down to a room. Your compatriots know this room well. It was where the final battle was fought with Imrith previously. But as you enter it, you see that it is, despite the black char on the wall, chunks of coral missing, large stains still on the floor. It's a nice, very open training room for your size. I mean, it's about 80 foot by 80, 100 foot by 800 foot. It's got some sparring dummies in there, mostly large. It's got a number of weapons on the wall, all significant in size. It's got some various pads and other training gear, etc. But spacious and safe as they isolate you down there.
Yeah, Clank will spend pretty much the rest of the time until somebody finds him, just training and kind of thinking upon what Mirren said.
Okay. Okay. So, time goes by. Everyone takes their long rest. If you haven't used the long rest button already, feel free to do so. Caldrum making progress on your work. We'll say that everyone takes that 8 hours, so it's about 6 o'clock in the afternoon minimum. Based on what you want to do before everyone kind of gathers up. So, for your purposes, I'll say yes, it'll wanted a long rest as well. So, he would have done that. Okay. Having long rested, what do you guys want to do? All right, everyone's got a case of the snoozies. So you guys stretch a little bit. They bring you a series of food. They bring you a lot of. It's basically surf and turf is what they load you up with. A number of undersea delicacies. Many of which you have not seen prepared this way or had before. Very, very white meats. Of extremely delicate nature, all kind of served in these conch shell like bowls and clamshell like bowls. You find various vegetables is the best you can describe it, but it actually looks like some form of highly colored algae and then there's some pastes of some mix which you've never had before. The food's a little bit more bland than they're used to, but very sweet and delicate, very, very moist and supple. I mean, it's very good food and filling over time, and the spread they give you is significant. So you guys eat very well. Having rested, gotten some food, you feel much better than you did earlier. The concerns from the last few days maybe just starting to wash away from you a little bit.
You're muted.
Well, I'm going to reach out to the Stone Giants.
Okay.
Basically, going to give them, hey, this is what we're doing in like 12 hours. How many people can you have ready and you still ready to fight? And give them the plan. Do we want to consider teleporting out of here and meeting them face to face and having this conversation, sleeping over wherever, in their caves or something like that, somewhere close to their settlement, and then using the conchs to get everybody back here at 9 and then off to the fire giant layer? Or do we want to do all this via sending? I'm thinking face to face is probably the better bet, but not what I want to do, but probably best.
Could Sarissa or someone come with us? We talk to this. Let's send a message to the Stone Giants. Let them know. And maybe Sarissa comes with us. With the intent of talking them into coming back to the Maelstrom via the conchs. And then we use the Maelstrom to teleport the Stone Giants to a front location of Iron Slag for distraction. And then the rest of us into the middle area. I don't know the area well, but maybe the middle area for to infiltrate.
Worried if Sarissa comes that, maybe they'll see that as their opportunity to go full force and take her hostage. I just don't know if the risk of losing her is worth it. But I see where you're coming from, bringing just some validity, right? But I just don't know if we can risk it. I don't want to go there face to face. Let's be honest. I just had a nice nap, and this is great food. But I think face to face is probably the best bet. We teleport there here in a little bit after we see what Hecaton has for us. We have a conversation, unless out of character. I mean, is this something that we could speed through, or is this something that we're gonna have to talk through and we're gonna have to do convincing? I think we. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Griswold did some fairly good convincing last time we were there. But if that still doesn't hold true, more than happy to have the conversation with.
No, I would give you guys the benefit. It's faded a little bit over the last few days of their commitment based on the conversations with Hecaton, etc. I mean, no one is necessarily interested in willingly going to battle with the fire giants, and so you would get some hesitancy. But I would say that ultimately, with having that conversation, we could say that they accept, with the understanding that they would want to understand what their role in it would be. Do you expect a full intrusion on their part as well, where they basically stream into the center of this thing? And what is the full intention? Is it complete decimation of the fire giants? Is it only eliminate the Vonandot, a strike and exit mission? Is it taking over the Iron Slag? What would be the goal here? They would want to know that. Are they, as you mentioned earlier, distraction on the outside, and supporting from any additional troops coming on board, like the Yak folk? Like, what are you asking from them, and what is the end game?
Okay. So knowing that or knowing that out of character we can at least speed through a little bit. What I'll say to everybody in character is, I'm going to reach out to them because I think we left on pretty good terms, and just initiate the conversation. They're likely going to ask a few questions, about where they need to be and what the overall idea is. But I'm going to initiate the conversation, and then we'll go from there. So I'll, assuming there's nobody's going to say no, I'll type out a message and I'll yeah, let me mute myself for a second.
Thoughts, comments, discussion?
Dude, I'm all for Warwick going to town on it.
Yep.
Do it, dude.
So, Warwick, do you feel comfortable with the intent of what you guys are asking them?
Yeah, I was gonna type out a message at least to initiate
Got
the
it.
conversation.
I gotcha.
Um,
Gotcha.
and just and before I send the message off, I'm gonna tell everybody that yeah. So my idea is I'm gonna tell them, hey, Warwick. But basically, we're ready for we're ready to move forward with a dual fight against the fire giants tomorrow morning. Do we still have your support? And then from that, you know, we can go back and forth, and whatever they send me, I'll let the group know. We can think of a response, and we can go back and forth. I have plenty of spell slots at this point in time to have that conversation.
Okay.
Does that
And
work with you, though? Is that cool?
yeah. And generally, like I said, well, we out of character with having the back and forth, we can have that. I just what is the intent that you're asking them for, where and what is the end game, as well as they would ask for you have their support, but they would ask for then commitment. They have stood by when the frost giants have not. They have withheld while the fire giants have continued, and if they are going to go after the fire giants, they request an official decree from Hecaton of moving up in the ordning to above both of those clans. To which, if you're in agreement, Hecaton would agree.
Okay. I'll relay all that information, and out of character, we can just have an open discussion about it and kind of answer those, and we can just assume I'm firing off messages as we're having the conversation. But
Agree. We can have that more
yeah,
informal that way, so you guys can have the discussion
my
because there would have been more conversation beforehand in real life.
my thought is, yeah, I'm not opposed to them being a distraction. Maybe it's best if they take out the yak folk, or I don't know. The more I'm
Yeah.
thinking about it, actually, do we just go into the middle and storm it with how many ever stone giants they can give us?
Clank would suggest that the stone giants work as a distraction / they keep any of the allies they can from getting to us while we do a surgical strike on the Von and Dodd.
Okay, so essentially they teleport to the yak folk and take out the yak folk, and then it's maybe that pulls some of the fire giant forces away, and then we teleport into the heart of Iron Slag, and we go to town.
Yeah, pretty much. They hold the line while we spec ops it.
Okay.
I have a spell that I can potentially locate an object. I don't know if a part of the Vonendot is an object or not, but I can at least try
Yeah.
locate it.
Well, we still have the rod,
Fuck yeah, never mind.
I like it.
but you gotta attune to it, and it's heavy as
Yeah,
hell.
maybe not. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, this thing's massive, right? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Amber.
Is the yak village like at the gates? Where based on here is the stronghold. Yak like inside? Is it at the gates? Like
So, based on what you've been told, it is. Let me just confirm before I speak. Completely out of turn, because I don't want to give you false information yet, and more false information, I should say. Because what got me was where is the so Iron Slag is built onto this cliff face. Essentially, it's buried into the mountain of this tall cliff face. The Yakfolk village is actually located on a cliff face up top, up above, and from there it's the gates lead into the mountains and down into the dungeon and pits. So it's basically built on top of Iron Slag on the side of this mountain. Let me see if I can get you a better picture if I've got one. I'll send it over in chat if I can get it.
And then I would say, in terms of knowing that Hecaton would be okay with them moving up in the ordning, I would say that from our standpoint, they can take whatever they want in Iron Slag. However, we have first dibs on stuff that's our size. right? So items and magic shit that's our size that we can use, that comes to us. Some of the gold and whatever was used to transport the primordial flame, that's used to transport her back to Gauntlgrim. Gauntlgrim. They Iron Slag.
Gauntlgrim?
Yep. Yeah. I don't like you guys. I'm just kidding. I'm a Gauntlgrim. Fuck you guys. But yeah, I'd say that they cannot keep Iron Slag going because knowing that the Vonnedaud's been almost created, can't risk having that. So that goes back to Gauntlgrim. Other than that, make it your home. Do what you got to do.
Real quick, Amrook, can you give me a history check?
As long as it's not a Constitution save.
Yeah, I was gonna say at least it's not a con check.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, you don't know anything about it. Never mind.
Since we're all
That nat
talking,
one,
by the way.
would he get advantage since we're all talking and having good conversation and bringing stuff up? I mean, I figure Hecaton's there too to support giving us information.
You know what? I'll give you a second roll. You've talked me into it.
Fuck yeah, that's awesome.
All right, I guess. You actually know a little bit as the talk about this Yakfolk village has come up. It does remind you of some of your history, particularly with the dwarves, Amrook. Looking back, there is. Why? Oh, here it is. I can get this to you. So the dwarves were actually have a little bit of history with the Iron Slag. In particular, the Yakfolk village that exists on the top. In particular, you know a few different things. You know that. I want to copy this into the chat here for you. Oh, are you kidding me? Sorry, one second. I wanted to get this to you. Not there? Okay, I'll just read it to you. Never mind. So you know that Iron Slag was abandoned at one time, and that's when the Yak folk came in and carved stairs. Basically, there are what's called the 12,000 step stairs that lead up the side of this mountain that zigzag back and forth, carved by man and humanoids. The dwarves were aware of it and impressed that these stairs zigzag back to the top of the stairs. At the top of them is where the Yak folk village is. However, what you particularly know is that clans of dwarves over the years have been attempting to get to this whenever it was abandoned, this forge before the fire giants moved back in. This was a point of desire for them, and of the clans of dwarves always eager to plunder the mines and attempt to, have had numerous failed attempts to conquer this Yakfolk village, and before determining that the spoils weren't worth the effort. These rough-hewn steps, all 12,000 of them, are portioned for medium humanoids and travel a total of 500 feet in vertical height. You have heard that at the bottom of this of Iron Slag is where those doors are that you heard about, and then they found to be impenetrable. So the attempts previously were to head up the 500 feet of stairs and attempt the Yakfolk village in top, in which there's supposedly a second entrance into the mines. Make sense? Cool.
So assuming Amber shares that with everybody, are we able to teleport them like right in the Yakfolk village? Assuming that Mirren or the uncle know about it? Or are relatively familiar with that area?
Yeah, I would say that you're definitely able to.
Awesome.
It is exposed to the air, and so there's external visibility to it, and so it's not as secretive.
Got it. Okay, so assuming we're all good with the dealio here, So they move up 2 ranks. Vonadod, no longer used. Primordial Flame, back to Gauntlgrim, assuming she's going to be okay with it and she doesn't unleash holy hell and kill all of us. We get all the little folk stuff and some gold. They could take whatever else and make Iron Slave their home. Okay.
Sounds like a fair deal to me.
It's fine. Fine with me.
On that note, we should probably go talk to Mirren to see if we trust her.
I have already done so.
Oh.
I
Okay.
believe she can be trusted within reason.
That
In our
makes me nervous.
In our conversations, she would do what she needs to do for atonement. She would destroy the Von and Dodd if it came down to it.
If it came down to it, I don't know. I just
That
got
is to say, because it is not completed, it cannot be used. But if we find it is completed, she will destroy it.
And she will do anything for atonement. That's it's a real little red flag too.
be honest with you guys. I don't know. I don't get the warm and fuzzies about Mirren. I really don't. I mean, realistically, well, I don't know. She has some control, so she
I
could
mean,
fuck
what's
up.
another person to kill?
Well, I mean,
We're already going in the lion's den. What's another person?
Worst case
I'm-
scenario, she dies there. Her atonement is falling in battle.
all right. We'll go with it. Well, I'm cool with it. All right.
Do you have anything from head out or inventory?
I'll look at Hecaton real quick. Do we?
Let me get you those objects. Yeah. Regarding anything that he would give you, I will allow you instant attunement with a little bit of retroactive whenever I give it to you next time, if there's anything that requires attunement.
Legendary item. Legendary item. Okay, so what do we have? Group pack.
I will also say this put in the chat. So for teleportations, this is one of the areas you find that you have not been to specifically. You've not had to go to a direct area before. There is some general limitations with the teleport as far as the exactness would go. Pulling us from the teleport spell, I would rule based on your familiarity with it and the description. I will put it beyond typical and put it in the very familiar category. Which gives you 75% odds of being directly on target, but does leave some opportunity.
Who's rolling that?
Not me. Not me.
All right, we'll rock paper scissors that shit in a minute.
I mean, it's definitely a fair point. Fair point.
Is it just a straight 20? No modifiers. No nothing?
It's a D100. No modifiers.
I'm willing to roll it.
25 to 100 is what we're looking for. When we go to teleport, 25 to 100 is what we're looking for.
Yep.
Okay.
So from the pack we have 2 greater healing potions, a regular healing potion, a superior healing potion. So we could divvy those out. Whoever's going to take them, take them.
I have enough diamonds to revive one person if needed. I have a few potions of fire giant strength and a potion of greater healing on myself.
What's superior healing again?
8d8 plus. Wait, no. 8d4. I can't remember. I lied.
Do I have it up here?
I will probably need one of those.
8d4 plus 8.
Okay. So we have one superior in the pack. I'm going to mark that off and throw that over to read. Oh shit. Where's edit? There we go. Now we're good.
8d4 plus 8, right?
Yeah, correct.
I'll look at.
I
our
have
damage. Oh, go ahead.
I have 3 500 gold piece diamond
Oh.
for raised dead. So
Oh fuck! You got the good shit. Fuck revivify. I'm going after. Man, all right, Keldrum, don't die. Griswold's gonna be Griswold's gonna be smiting bitches.
Oh, I
all
take that
day.
back. I'm looking down farther. We actually have 2 more superior healing potions and 2 more greater healing potions.
I'm gonna ask top and
Yeah, I didn't realize how all of this was done, so I was just adding shit on. So I'll have to go back and organize it.
Warwick, if you need me to hold the bag of holding and categorize that effectively, just let me know. I can gladly take care of that for you.
I will immediately hand it over back over to Griswold.
I'm just
All
kidding.
you.
Griswold's not
too
taking
late.
it.
You already offered.
Yeah.
Nope. Griswold's walking off. Griswold's walking.
What is a potion of vitality?
Your
That was
max-
Provosa.
I like it. We have. I'm gonna look at damage dealers. We have a potion of speed. Probably best on one of you guys, since I can't cast double spells.
A potion for this battle is
I was gonna give it to one of you guys, and if you need to use it in a case of emergency, go for it. If not, I figure it's probably best you have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
Is it
I-
haste? We
Yeah.
should probably cast haste on someone.
The potion of speed will give
Ooh.
you haste, and then we can do
middle agree.
Warwick. Question for you. Your
Yeah.
ring can store spells. What about putting haste in your ring, and then we can essentially cast it without concentration?
I mean, we can do that. No, I still have to concentrate on it.
yeah.
You still have to concentrate on it even after it's cast out of the ring.
Actually,
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, it just doesn't.
It's just anyone can store it in there. I thought it was just you can cast it. It's like the glyph of like one of the glyphs of warding. But okay, cool. Never mind. My bad.
yeah. So otherwise, yep. Okay. Yep. I mean, I'm not opposed to it. I mean, it'll just limit my concentration stuff like polymorph and greater invisibility.
I don't. It doesn't. I don't think it makes sense on you per se. If we get in a ranged battle to start off with, I can always cast haste on Reed or Althea from a range perspective, so you can get some shots off. But once I go into battle, I'm gonna get hit and lose it pretty quick.
You guys will see Warwick pull out this big old rock and just slap it on the table. I'm going to use this.
it's a rock.
and- yes.
He didn't say cock. Okay.
I said rock. And something we picked up a while ago, but it is a stone of controlling earth elementals.
Oh,
Does not require attunement. So probably going to use that, or Caldrum, somebody might be a good idea, but just another body to help us out. But anyways, we can use that. We have a potion of flying. Anybody want to fly?
That one might come in for a flying creature.
As
So we
much
can-
as Clank wants to, go up 200 feet in the air and just rain arrows down on everybody, yeah.
I'm gonna look at Harshnag. I have 4 weighted nets, giant size. You think you can utilize those? Think it'll help you?
I believe so.
All right.
I shall take all 4.
Good call.
Unless you would wish to keep some.
Good call. That's actually pretty nice.
Good.
All right.
You go. That's all you. Okay, so we still got some healing potions. 2 greater, 2 superior, and 1 regular. Who needs them? Who wants them? Clank, you got healing? Do you heal? Do you drink potions?
You know, that's actually something that's never been discussed. Do Warforged drink potions?
Isn't it mending actually with Warforged? I think.
I'm almost. Oh shit.
I know automatons. It's mending. They don't drink potions, but I don't know with Warforged.
So if this is true, older versions have a mechanism in the back of their neck where liquids can be poured in.
Warforged are humanoids, not constructs, so they benefit from all the ways of restoring hit points.
That's true. Good
Okay.
call.
Okay, I didn't know that. I'm just reading it. That's not me.
So Clank, what do you have? I mean, we got some potions here.
I have a potion of healing and a potion of greater healing. Actually,
Well,
Okay.
I'm set. Actually,
Amrook, what about you? What do you have?
I have a few potions, but I think our benefit is to keep the up.
I agree.
How do we deal with throwing healing potions? If I were to throw a healing potion at somebody, does it
Someone
work
or two?
You're gonna take damage and then
and heal? So I'm thinking like
Heal
so
for
Baldur's
percentage.
Gate, you could throw one on the floor in front of somebody and it will heal them.
I think they
Right?
consume it.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
That's
I'm
a
just
little
saying
weird.
Baldur's
I
Gate
mean-
3, they do stuff a little differently. I was just figuring, can I get away with it or not?
Do they have an open wound? I
Nope.
imagine so. If you're throwing a healing potion, and then it would be absorbed through the cuts.
Fair
Deal.
point.
I would give it good call. If they've got an open wound, which was the only reason that you would have a healing potion, unless they're poisoned or anything else.
Or like
If-
Toll of the Dead. Like, I mean,
True.
Mhm.
But if there's an open wound, I
Doing
would say I'll give you half effectiveness for a potion that's thrown.
If
And
they-
then
if
how many
they
hit
are
points for-
unconscious, though, do you add a crit? So 2 death save, 2 death
Oh,
fails.
I'm not gonna do that. If they're like down, I'm not
Well,
putting it in the mouth.
to be fair, I mean, even if they did take 2 crits, I
Unless
mean,
they've already
it's just
failed before.
shrapnel. Yeah, true. They're gonna heal. So I mean, if you see him go down and you just huck one at him, fuck it. You're getting back up, son.
Can we amplify the healing if we
Fucking-
butt chug the potion?
Yes.
Ooh, boof in the
Directly
potions.
into the
I like it.
bloodstream.
I don't see how this could go wrong at all.
If you use it in battle, I'll allow it.
That should be double
Hmm.
effectiveness.
That's
Oh,
what I'm
Jesus.
thinking.
I
I should-
agree.
I
How
should
long
know.
does it take to remove armor again? That's
no,
the partial removal. Just a
I-
little bit.
I would like to cut a hole in my armor at this moment.
Reed and Amrook are in the back cutting holes in each other's armor.
Well,
You
works out.
How
guys are
long-
gonna raise a lot of questions if you put a circular hole right
Wait,
around
no.
the butt of your armor, just
Hold
enough to
on.
fit a potion
It's
bottle
gonna
through there.
have a leather flap though. I want a
Gee,
hole, but then
No,
covered.
hold on. Hold on.
Still a
Hold
lot
on.
of questions.
Hold on. Yeah, no. I can burrow, right?
Oh shit!
You can.
How much movement speed would it be to burrow through my armor?
What in the actual fuck is going on?
I think we've gotten off on a tangent.
Here's
So
a
there's not really
burrow
a
through the
distance with the
ass.
armor. I would say you could burrow through. I guess what part of the armor? Some areas you have better access to than others. Like front chest, lots of access to
While-
burrow.
While
Up
we're
behind,
wearing, or are
difficult.
we taking the armor off?
While I'm wearing it.
I'm out. I'm out.
I would say you could use 30 feet of movement to burrow through your armor.
Okay, Carl. I can get through mine and yours in a fight.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this now. Sorry, I brought it up.
You'll be on death saves. It'll be fine.
I don't have a choice. That's not consensual.
All right, I'm going. I'm gonna we have 4 greater healing potions. I'm gonna toss one out to Caldrum. I'm gonna take
At
one.
Caldrum or to Caldrum?
All right, let's try this out, Caldrum. Now I'm gonna hand one to Caldrum. I'm gonna take one.
What are you giving me?
Greater healing potions.
Greater healing.
A greater?
Yeah, we gotta keep you alive. Actually, I'll
Actually, who has
I already
what
have-
healing potions?
I already have 2. Have 1 superior.
I'm thinking if you got to heal yourself or run around and heal somebody else too. I'm gonna give you one of those. I'll take one, and then we got 2 more. I don't know what Siddle has, but
I'll
probably
take
throw
a
one.
greater because I only have a superior because
Okay.
I haven't taken them previously.
All right, so Grader's going to Siddle and Reed, and then we have 2 superior. I'll throw one or hand one to Clank and hand one to Althea. So you guys have a superior each as well. That takes care of everything but 1 regular healing potion. And maybe I'll just leave that in the pack for now. But let's do this. Oh shit. Why can I not? Huh. Weird. Will not let me move around. Oh, there we go. Healing superior, greater. Okay. So potion of flying, we're gonna keep in there. Potion of speed. Did somebody want to hold on to it, or do we just want to keep it in there?
Let's just keep it in there for now, maybe.
Okay. Decanter of endless water. Can we set something up with some electrical stuff, some lightning bolts or anything like that?
I have. I might have some arrows. I do have shock arrows.
Okay. So do we have to attune to the decanter? Decanter.
I also have ice arrows that I could work with.
Who has the decanter?
It's in the pack.
Got it. So I'm gonna give that to you, Warwick.
It is.
Saved.
Yeah, you don't
Back
have
where's going
to.
Yeah, he took it back. He said he could organize it.
Nope. I muttered that and walked away. I don't have shit.
Yeah, see, you don't have to attune to the decanter. I mean, I'll hold on to it.
How does it work again?
I believe you just open it up, right? You have to. And it does.
So it
You can
is.
I think the
Let's see. It sloshes when shaken as it contains water, weighs 2 pounds. Use an action to remove the stopper and speak one of the 3 command words. Whereupon fresh water or salt water pours out of a flask. The water stops pouring at the start of your stop pouring out at the start of your next turn. So stream produces 1 gallon of water. Fountain produces 5 gallons of water. Geyser produces 30 gallons of water that gushes forth in a geyser 30 feet long and 1 foot wide. As a bonus action, while holding the decanter, you can aim the geyser at a creature you can see within 30 feet of you. Guess I can just do this too.
Damn,
That
that's
might come
wild.
in
We got
handy for fighting him.
we got a hydro pump, dude.
Hey, real quick, can everyone see the decanter now that I shared it, or only Warwick?
I don't see it.
Okay, interesting. So if I have it assigned to a player, it only shows to them when I hit show to players. Cool.
I mean, I'm kind of going to be in like the middle of battle, so I mean, I'm more than happy to sling this over my back if somebody wants to take the stone of controlling earth elementals. Or actually, how does that work? We could probably summon that before. Stone of controlling earth elementals. If the stone is touching the ground, you can use an action to speak its command word and summon an earth elemental, as if you had the conjure elemental spell. Can't be used until the next dawn. The stone weighs 5 pounds. So we can actually
Take
just use that.
concentration?
No concentration. Well, I don't know. Is conjure elemental concentration? Nope. No concentration lasts an hour. Casting time of 1 minute. So we can Potentially do this before.
Yeah, conjure elemental. That's a concentration.
Is it? It's not. Didn't show up.
Duration.
Oh no, it is. Yeah, this I do see the little C there. I take that back. Yep. So yeah, that is. What can we?
I have
Why
a.
can't you use the concentration stuff, Chris or Amrook? Oh.
I have something in my notes that was a strange coin that we found near the Dragon Slayer. That was magical.
Yes.
Oh,
You never investigated that.
Did-
It was.
Did we?
I'm gonna go ahead and say no. Go on the conjure elemental side note. I just read a little more into it.
Hold on that coin.
Like Greater Demon.
If I lose concentration, it turns hostile against us. No thanks. Nope. I'm good.
Here, you know what? You know what? That's actually not a bad thing.
Depending on where it's at,
It-
right?
It turns hostile to the nearest thing around it.
But it's like the Greater Demon, where it could, based on the position.
No, it literally says instead if you lose control of the elemental, it becomes hostile toward. Well, I mean, I guess it's hostile towards everything else, so just start to see us as enemies too. Yeah, okay.
Not necessarily.
Bad thing, yeah. Maybe I throw it in there, purposely lose concentration or drop concentration, let it go ham. Have fun. Do your thing.
There's the genie warlock that I am playing. There's a build a base kind of around that
I like
where
it.
you do that, lose concentration, so there's one already running around, and recast the spell. You have two greater demons running around.
That's awesome. Oh, we're doing it. That's it. We're doing it. We'll do this. Yeah. Okay. All right. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it.
Wait, if we summon Greater Demon, what if he just comes out of Amrook?
That'd be awesome.
Ooh.
Do we know his name? We know its name? 'Cause if we do, maybe.
That's an assumption.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying we could do it and
Okay.
see.
Be interesting.
Lock him up
Here to
again.
Stir the pot.
Oh, I know you fucker. Little fucker. Oh, I get it. Yeah.
No, I'm rethinking this. Maybe go to the cloud.
Just no, stop. No. It's already set in stone because we already got the stone giants. It's fire giant time in the morning, 9 a.m. We're going to the fire giants.
We should investigate that book we didn't investigate 6 months ago.
6 months ago.
Candlekeep?
It was like a year and a half ago.
Candlekeep? We're going.
Was it that long?
Oh,
I
it was
swore
talking
we
about
thought about going
Fiddle's
back.
book, or are we talking about Candlekeep?
Candlekeep book.
a long time ago. Oh yeah.
Candlekeep was definitely while I was out.
Yep. Insane.
Feels like yesterday.
Mm.
I didn't think it was that long ago. Yikes.
All right. So we got a good old plan.
I don't know about a good old, but we got a plan.
We got a plan.
Someone's
We know
dying.
how-
It's all good. Someone's
we know how well we stick to those. So
I'm just
All right,
gonna.
I gotta get you the coin. I had it marked. I didn't load it in. I owe it to you. I had it for like 2 weeks sitting on my desk, so I didn't lose it. And you guys didn't ask, and then I forgot and moved it.
I think
But other than that,
Caldrum has the robe on. Okay.
I will. Mm-hmm.
Well, any last words or prayers? Tonight could be our last night on Earth.
someone great before me once said, "Raise hell, praise Dale."
Of course you would. Of course you would.
who is this Dale?
I don't know who the Dale character is. Um, I'm gonna finish eating. I know Grizz wanted to do some stuff with Dream to his dad and everything. So, after all these back and forths with the Stone Giants, assuming we've got everything on point, they know what they're doing. We know what we're doing. We're gonna come get them at 9 o'clock with the thingies. Mirren can be trusted, so we're gonna get her, and then they're gonna teleport to the Yak folk people on the hill, and Mirren's gonna take us into the heart of the Iron Schlag, and we're gonna go ham.
Okay, and so
We
you guys
got
are
it.
gonna get another Rebel West End. So are you doing the dream spell with Grizz?
Fuck yeah, we are.
Yeah, we're dreaming, and we're gonna contact Amrook's spirit.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Jokes on you, touch Amrook. Bye bye.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast a dream spell on and let Grizz be the traveler, so he can talk directly to his dad.
Okay. Well, good.
Then that'll be
Think on
after
that note.
a couple hours when it gets
Yeah, closer to tonight. And it will succeed. That has been played out separately for purposes that Grizz can come back to. Good. With that said, give you guys a week to dwell on this before entering. See how much your minds change, where you decide to go after that, and where you pivot to instead of going after the fire giants. Because there's no way in hell you're actually going to be fighting the fire giants next week. I know it. I can spend time prepping it. Not going to happen. So you're not fooling me. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me 374 times, shame on me.
It'll happen again. Don't worry.
Actually, what episode are we on these days? Where are we at, Amrook?
93.
93.
So we got to triple that number.
Yeah, all
for
right, all
the
right.
amount of times we've deceived you on where we were
I'll
going.
say multiple times in a session can count.
Yeah, and don't forget me.
That's what I'm saying.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
So it's like
all right.
6 times, honestly. So we're
Yeah.
like 600 times. You'll never learn.
Or not.
It,
You guys
you're
sound so
playing
confident. You got plans in play.
You're playing chess, we're playing checkers, and you're wondering how the fuck we're playing right now.
You can't jump people in chess.
That's what you think.
What do you mean, king me?
What do you mean fall down the rope?
Oh, I love it. Oh, and with that said, we come back to a fun next session. I look forward to it. I can't wait. See you guys next time.